Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Alu province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 18th day of March 2024. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers, even though not deny your enemies, listening onto the hallowed platform, because this is where we preach the gospel of freedom, the gospel of emancipation, the gospel of liberation. This is the voice of revolution. Therefore, you cannot afford to miss the broadcast. Let me tell you, if you are not listening to because Radio Biafra have many information, stop listening. Do not stop listening. We must continue in what we are doing. We must continue this fight because this is a fight to finish. We cannot afford to stop on the wayside. If we stop midway, I'm telling you, we will perish and our generations will become slaves forever. Look at what is happening in Biafra land, in parts of Biafra land, in Bayelsa, Delta, the way the Nigerian military machine is on the rampage. As I played the clip, you had it. You had it. That's why we must join together. We must join together in order to fight this battle. This war is our collective war. Stop believing that, oh, Nigeria, you are not Igbo. Nigeria hates Igbo. So once you deny your identity, now you can be spared. No. Nigeria is looking onto you and I, whether you are a Joe, anywhere, as long as Biafra land is concerned, a gala, with the same disdain, with the same hatred, which they are meeting to the Igbos, so-called, because they are calling all of us Igbos, and that is what we are. We are of Igboid origin. That is the reality. So, stop deceiving yourself. We either join forces together, join hands together in order to fight this our collective war. This bad luck that we are inside. Or they will be taking us one after the other. Today happened in Ueli. Tomorrow is in Obiakpo. Another day it is in Delta, so-called. And others will be watching. Oh no, it doesn't concern us. It's there, it's happening. Look at how the Nigerian armed force. Is it not like what happened during Obasanjo regime in Udi? How can a military, a government that is meant to protect the people, not even is a dictatorial government, no. On paper is a democracy, but they take, they are happy killing Biafrans. Whether you are a Joe, whether you are Robo, whether you are a Gala, they love to kill you, with happiness. You had it, and that is it. Why not we join together in order to fight this evil we found ourselves in, instead of being separated, thinking that you can do it? You thinking that you are the favorite, Nigeria favorite, the caliphate favorite. No, they hate Igbo. We are not the same with Igbo. You think you run away from it? From that tag, you are in cloud cuckoo land. You are foolish, very foolish. Very foolish. I am telling you honestly. Look at what is happening in the north. The kidnappings every day. I will go to the news headlines. You will see. They kill people with impunity. The terrorists on the rampage. You don't hear the Nigerian military going to villages and killing people or burning houses. You don't hear it. It's impossible. They don't do it. It's impossible. Are you hearing me? But once it comes to Biafra land, they do it with impunity, with happiness. And you think that this is normal? Do you think that this is normal? I am asking you. No, it is not. It is not normal. It is only dead bodies that don't react. I used to say this. Inanimate objects don't react. They don't react to stimuli. So stop being inanimate. The main work of Radio Biafra is to stimulate you into being alive. Because as Nigerians, we are dead. For your information, no Nigerian is living. Because they don't react to, stimuli, to their surrounding. Therefore, let me continue by saying that, look, today we are going to continue on news headlines, but on the caption of the continuous colonial legacy in Africa. That is what is playing on. Whatever you are seeing or you are hearing, the failure in Nigeria, in Africa, is the legacy of colonization, colonialism. That is the way they program it, and that is the way it is working for them. When they tell you that, oh, they are fighting terrorism, that is nonsense. They are the ones bringing terrorism is part of Western weapon in order to fight, in order to bring their interests. Have you forgotten the revelations of Hamza Mustafa during the presidential electioneering campaign? Have you forgotten? When he said that, look, you go to the reason for Boko Haram, they are using them as what do you call, religious extremists. Yes, but the real thing is that the West is mining californium and other rare material, rare earths, precious materials that you never even heard of. Why is it that NGOs, they land in Borno, they stay well, they have houses, rent houses in Borno, in the midst of war front. In the night, they disappear with handbags filled up with money. Where people, even military, they dread going. But you see these foreign NGOs, they go with briefcases filled up with cash, dollars. They enter into darkness, into the bush. Now, when they come back, they no longer come back with the briefcase. Do you search them to know what is in their pockets? What do you see? Because californium, as of that time, a gram, 1 gram, gram, not kilogram. 1,000 gram makes 1 kilogram, for your information. 1 gram of californium, 1 gram, is about 27 point something million dollars. 27 point something million dollars. Now, how many grams do you think that we fill their pocket, each of the pocket? So when they come back to their hotel rooms, they come back empty. You see them as empty, but you don't know what is in their trousers, what is in their pockets is billions of dollars. And they continue financing terrorism. They continue financing terrorism everywhere in Africa because it works to their interests. That is what Mali saw. These Mali military boys, not the old men, no. Military boys, they saw what is happening between Europeans, France and their political class, who they always praise as, democracy, you are democratic. Once the Europeans are praising you that you are democratic, know that you are dead. Look at yourself, know that there is something going wrong. I am telling you. Oh, they praise you. Oh, you are number one democracy. Oh, the government is good. Oh, it respects the rule of law. It respects that nonsense. Know that you are what that government is working for them, for their interest, complete interest. Are you hearing me? So, how do we remove ourselves from this? It starts from the brain. The brain. We start reasoning in another way. That is number one. For we to recognize that, look, we are under spell by this West. Now it will make us, we come back to ourselves and start working towards our genuine liberation. Mental liberation, first of all. Mental liberation. Now we continue. Are you hearing me? Continue making ourselves strong. And that is what the restoration of Biafra is all about. Genuine liberation, both mental and physical. Because we cannot afford to restore a country of gullible people that will be as bad as Nigeria. No, we cannot afford. Instead, we remain in Nigeria. Are you hearing me? I want to play this before I continue, please. Let me play this clip. It talks about, just listen.
We had a long problem of terrorism. In Mali, we had a long problem of terrorism. Until recently, under the leadership of Colonel Assimi Goïta, we realized that, these terrorists are formed by Emmanuel Macron and her Western allies and SIA. Then we decided to remove their international organizations out of Mali, their embassies out of Mali, their military out of Mali, to break the supply chain of weapons, food, and their other necessary resources to fight us, to destabilize Africa. When we did that, we militarized the army of Mali. We then went to Russia. We came with so many weapons. We went to confront the terrorist, because now we know that the terrorist's mother is no longer in Mali. When we encountered the terrorists there, we taught them a lesson. You know what happened? The United Nations Human Rights Commission raised a red flag with an outcry that we in Mali are abusing human rights.
Are you hearing him? Are you hearing this analyst? Do you see him? You have what he said. When Mali now started killing terrorists, those terrorizing them for years with France, with the help of France. Now you see human rights, this United Nations start talking, okay, Mali is, Mali is, how do they say it? Mali is going against the human rights, people's human rights. They are torturing people. They are killing people. I want you as a Biafran to reason this. The more we go, the more we learn. I am happy that now many Biafrans have understood. At the early time, we had people calling on Radio Biafra, shouting, United Nations, are you not hearing what is happening? Come and save us. So, who are you calling? Those that put the killer machine in place to destroy us. You are calling them to come and save you. You say it cannot happen now. It cannot happen. That's why we need to take the bulls with our own hands, as Mali did. You see, you saw it. Mali did, and all hell broke loose against them. The same with Burkina Faso. The same way, as they are suffering the whole humiliation, others are waiting. Tomorrow, they will build their country with their blood. And you go there, migrate there in order to claim right. Will they listen to you? So, what am I trying to say? The colonial masters, they are in Africa complete, doing their thing. the way they program things, that is the way things are going. If there's any interruption, they use United Nations, UNICEF, they have formed everything on ground and put it on ground. In order so that when you try to rise up against the status quo, they will use all their unions and organizations in order to pull you down. It's what they wanted to do against Niger State. Niger Republic, sorry. When they wanted to use they tried to use ECOWAS. But the African population rose up. Again said, no, it cannot happen. Everywhere on social media. Population of Africa, not the ruling class, population of Africans were with them. So they saw that this is a no-go area. If they enter there, it will be a bloodbath. Complete bloodbath. Let me tell you, in this world of today, no one should be allowed, or no one should allow intimidation. Do you see Afghanistan? It has to teach everybody a lesson. A country, the people ragtag, you see them. Right from beginning, I used to watch their documentaries. I'm telling you. When you will see an old man of 60 years, you think he cannot walk. He's a heavy military warrior in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan. I'm telling you. You thought that they are warriors, honestly speaking. I don't know. Let me see whether I can. Sometimes it seems my microphone is not coming out. I check it. Let me see whether I can do something, please. Let me just. I will be right back. Let me see whether I can do something about it, please.
Meanwhile, the people of Okwama community in Ughelli South local government area have urged both the federal and state governments as well as the military to initiate a thorough investigation into the assault on villagers and the subsequent burning of homes allegedly carried out by some military personnel. The plea was made during an interview with our correspondent. The report.
Addressing newsmen, indigenes of Okwama community in Ughelli South local government area who prefer to remain anonymous, recounted an unsettled incident that occurred on Thursday, March 14, 2024. They recalled their surprise when military personnel arrived in 2 boats, purportedly for a peace talk with the community chairman and leaders. The villagers described how the military personnel were warmly received at the community town hall with kola nut offerings and support, leading to a peaceful dialogue. However, tensions escalated when the military insisted on taking the community chairman and some leaders for further questioning after the peace talks, which was refused. This refusal, they claimed, prompted the military to open fire, resulting in casualties within the community. Additionally, they recounted a subsequent attack on Friday, March 15, 2024, where houses were set ablaze, forcing residents to flee for safety.
On the 14th of March 2024, they at home that very day, they now saw that some military personnel, army, came to Okwama. So they now welcome them. They say they want to walk around the community. They walk around the community. Say they want to go to the town hall. They have a peace talk. They now went to the town hall. They now entertained them as the military men. They welcome them. So they now ask for the community chairman and the community leaders. So they sit with them and they have.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 18th day of March 2024. I think my voice will be better by now. I think so, as my dashboard is showing me. Because I think my voice is better because the other time, sometimes my voice will cut off and enter inside. But I think it's okay now. I think it's okay now. So, remember we are talking about the continuous colonial legacy in our land. And we are discussing about how to liberate ourselves free, to be free. It is not easy. There must be sacrifice. Are you hearing me? As I was telling you before about the Taliban, they resisted the most powerful army in the world. They resisted them. Ask yourself, can you do that as a people? No. Can you do that? For 20 years, okay, for 20 years, this ragtag army you call the Taliban, just watch, when you watch their documentaries, you see, sometimes when you see them, you think that even they cannot even do anything, but they are warriors. It is all in the head. Are you hearing me? It is all in the head. Thank you very much, my brother Mazi. Say it's very clear. Yes, it is. Resistance is in the head. Mental toughness. I don't know why we are not mentally tough. Since yes, it is. Resistance is in the head. Mental toughness. I don't know why we are not mentally tough. Since yes, it is. Resistance is in the head. Mental toughness. I don't know why we are not mentally tough. Since you come, you shout, you cry, are we doing cinema? This is freedom fighting for goodness sake, where everything is expected and we must remain mentally tough. Look at the way some people are talking. No, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is rendition, so I am Mazi here, so I'm sick, I'm about to break. That is why you are in a mess, because you are not mentally tough. You know, I used to give this analogy or this example. Learn from the Fulani. Since the year 1804, they continued a war that started 1804 by Ottoman Danfodio. 220 years. They are still consistent. On every way, every corner, they are still going until they get what they want, until they get Nigeria colonized. Imagine it is you. Do you know what is 220 years? How many generations? That is consistency. That is why when they got what they want, you cannot compare yourself to them because you are not consistent. Any slightest thing, you become discouraged. I cannot continue. I'm confused. I don't know how to. I will not support financially again. I'm confused because you are weak. Learn from the Taliban. You know, that's why if, for example, I'm choosing, they say let's choose, I would have chosen for Islam even to colonize us first so that we become Muslims. I'm telling you honestly. First, before Christians, before Europeans. Do you know why? Because at least they are trained to fight for their thing physically. Are you hearing me? Look at all these countries that are revolting against the colonial masters openly. Just they are from the same religion. That is why they are bold. Because that is how they are trained. Even in the religion. You fight any person that say this against your religion, you copy ishi. Do you see that? They never say they never say die. They don't say no. I mean, they don't surrender. That is the way we are. We were as a people. Our ancestors were like that. That is the way we were. Before the Europeans came and brought with them the virus they call religion into our land and turned us into weakling, into lamentators. I was listening to a program of one of our brothers. Just when I came in, I was listening. Somebody was asking, what is somebody was talking about the advantages of Christian religion in our land. And he said, he gave us boldness. Hey, saying now, how does people think? How do people think? How? Ekumeku warriors, when they were who we were, when they were our original self, look at our people, they resisted the invaders, notwithstanding their military superiority for 31 good years. Do you think we fought a war of 2.5 years? And everybody, all go when you're everywhere. I used to say this all the time. I want to focus into removing sentiment and call a spade a spade. We become cowards. We fought a war after 2.5 years completely. The Baigan and Nigerian politics, I won Nigeria. After 50 something years, we start again. Is that how we have to stay until what hope do we have if we are not consistent? We must suffer this once and for all. If we say no, I will play a clip of, you have been hearing that clip on Radio Biafra, but I will play it from that South Sudanese because it taught us many things. You have to be radical. You have to be consistent. Stop being weak. A praying mantis. I won't do cake, but I know you. Who are you crying to? Who will help you? It is only us that will help ourselves, and we must be resilient and consistent. This is what the core message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because this is our weakness. Since the Europeans brought their virus into our land, they weakened us. We are no more the great Biafrans we were, great Igbo race, great Biafrans, people that we never say die. Yeah, I would say, thinking that the world is like that. Oh, one spirit will come and help us. Please, emotion rise up. I met what is facing us continue facing us. We must rise to the situation. Otherwise, we continue perishing and living after our life. You see our next generation continue suffering worse. I'm giving an example of Afghanistan. When you see them, you think they are nothing. You think they can't do nothing. But they are warriors. I say they are warriors. I watch so many of their documentary, honestly, and I doff my cap for these people. They don't care how America, being the superpower, is dealing with. They don't care. It doesn't shake them. You see very tribal chiefs, and they encourage themselves, say, leave these people. They will play and go. We're there for our land. If you kill me, my children there, they will continue fighting. Do you see the people that have this type of mentality? But what do we have? The mentality of, hey, no, I don't want to die. Who will take care of my children? Who will take care? How do you think that my guy high? How? Without us being radicalized to the extent of being consistent. Look at only 3 years, less than 3 years of rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many people jettison. Some people jettison and go their way. Guys say, is that how you are going to get freedom? Freedom that South Sudan fought for 39 good years. ANC of South Africa, Mandela stayed 27 years. They fought for more than 40-50 years before they get to where they are today. You are hearing my voice from South Africa. Now where are you there? Now they South. You don't know how the people fought. Mandela was inside. They outside. They isolated him the way they isolated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They made sure he didn't know what is happening. But the people outside, they didn't care whether you hold our leader or they don't. We continue moving on. But here, many people, I can see some of us are just they just only enter into the struggle because of they feel that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a good entertainer. So he will come out and start entertaining everybody again. Oh, and it's not the struggle many people entered to. I am telling you honestly. I am telling you, it's because of the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu only. He said, "What have you learned? Can't you continue? Can't we continue?" So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no oto on inside. I only want to doroka dorati. So we cannot move on. Is that what you are saying? Now, how are we qualified to be a people, to be a race? If it's like this, how are we qualified to be a race? You read it becomes history. Mandela, 27 years. Do you know what it means, 27 years? And the people didn't jettison. They continued doing what they are doing until Mandela came out in a new South Africa. It's not what he did from inside, no. But he refused to give up from inside. He trusts that his people are doing the right thing outside. But you now, when you say, nah, wow, our leader, 3 years, now something, what is it? Because you are weak. You are very weak. And weak people become slaves forever until you show your progress. Are you hearing me? The Fulani, they are on top because they continued what their predecessor started. Ottoman Danfodio started 1804. Calculate 1804 to today. It is 220 years. They never stopped. After this one, another person entered. They continue moving. The same story. They said they will never deviate from the vision of their forefather. Till today, they are on it. Can you do that? No, can you do that? You like easy life. Can you do that? Our collective interest, does it on the Chigriona? The answer is no. All you want, once you are comfortable, a slave, that is how it is. A slave, once you are comfortable, you and your family, you don't care for others, you know. Let us leave this thing. Can join, no? Nigeria, let us continue our lives with Nigeria. You know, you don't care whether you are a slave there. That you don't care whether. Look at how they are massacring us. Nigerian military is massacring us. Look at everywhere in our land, in Biafra land, every part of Biafra land. Does it touch you? The answer is no, because you feel you are safe outside. Oh, you are in America, you are safe. You are in Europe, you are safe. You are in Asia, oh, you are safe. You don't care. You are in other countries. No, you don't care. At least you are safe. This is life of slaves. That is how they reason. They don't reason as a collectivity. They reason individual. Once you are, once you're okay, you don't care for another. Anything that, because slaves are programmed to be so. You do not care for another person. Because the master doesn't want regroupment of slaves. Even if in your presence they shot and kill a fellow slave, he will do as if nothing happened. He will continue. Because he's afraid of his own life. He will continue his life. And he see nothing, he do nothing. That is how they have programmed us to be. And that is the colonial legacy that is still in our land. But people are revolting, of which Mali is one of them. Niger Republic is one of them. Burkina Faso is also one of them. And these people have something in common, one religion. that you have to be patient. God will do it. God will do it for us. Acacia Yubi. This is the worst thing that have happened to us. I am telling you. When I reason, I'm a person that I reason in a positive manner, reason in a negative, reason in every. I say no. I try to look for any advantage that we can. I say no. Maybe let me not be biased. I start reasoning like any of Ondioka. No, I'm too extreme. No, let me see. I found out that still I come to the same conclusion, the same result. They are weakening. They weakened us. You can, is it a unity? Nothing. You can no more call Oshebe, Onyanyimba, or people, Onya, oh, yeah, one day, Jehovah, I know belong. I know they come out. Oh, now choose it. Oh, no, be our group. No, na Catholic. Oh, no, be our own. We are Anglican. They separated us into piecemeals so that we cannot regroup. Another person, another group must find one thing or the other in order to default you. That is how bad it is. That is why we will never stop talking about this ideological virus we are infested with, that made us so weak, very weak set of human beings. As a people, we became weak, waiting for one miracle or another to come and fight our war. This war doesn't happen like that. We're in a physical world and we must fight our battles. Otherwise, we continue being slaves. We must be consistent. We must be resilient. That is one thing the aggressors don't want, for you to be resilient. I could remember reading the life of Che Guevara when he was captured. I think in Bolivia or Bolivia, something like that. I could not remember them, and if I'm not wrong, he was captured through betrayal, and he was locked up in a room inside the bush, in a military camp. The day they come to kill him, he knew. They opened the door. The military boy that they sent to immediately opened the door. He said, "You want to kill me? Shoot me! Come on, what are you waiting? The revolution aluta continue." Che Guevara said it. He said, "What are you waiting? Kill me, you have gone, you have everything. But the ideology must continue." That is a brave person. Not somebody that is, when he talked that, even the military boy that they sent to kill him, he cannot look him on the face. He was hammering the boy, he said, "Kill me." That is what he has sent to. I know. You kill me, you don't kill the ideology. The boy, because he had been given the order, he have to kill him. He opened his eyes, said, "I want you, kill me, because that is the way you are. You will kill the messenger, but you will not kill the message." The boy he shot him, and tear was dropping on his eye. That is how Che Guevara died. He was killed. Are you hearing me? Not people that are everything, they become emotional. Before you know, start crying. Now, for what? Without sacrifice, there will be no prize. You can't earn nothing without sacrifice. We must sacrifice once and for all. Instead of every time I thought Bria. In 1967, when Biafra was declared, the first country, Biafra is the first country to implement the right of self-determination in the modern world. Biafra is the first. And Bangladesh was watching. And Gawon brought war. He brought war to us. Bangladesh was watching. He said, "Now, wow, these people invoked the right for self-determination in the United Nations Charter. Biafra is the first country to do that." Go and make your researches. After that, after fighting we saw suffering and we run away. I will continue saying it. I respect our fighters, our heroes. Many of them were highly mad because of how the war ended. We ran away and joined one Nigeria completely in total without doing anything on the ground. I mean on the ground. Nothing, no plan. Nah, nothing. Guy got joined. No. Excuse every time. Nah, because you were not at that time, or you were not born that time. Otherwise, you will not be talking like. Why wouldn't I? I come the one at that time. Why can't people that died? Why can't it spur us into continuation? They can never kill all of us. It doesn't matter. Even after the war, nothing was going on the ground. Nothing. Only on a jettison or live a good life. So they go hustling. Oh, is it not we that are still talking about self-determination today? 1972, Bangladesh followed the Biafran footstep and invoked the right to self-determination. And within few months or few years, they became free. It's a country today. Don't you see how? Don't you see? You can say no that these people are. What of South Sudan? They started fighting 1953. 1953. Before they are independent. They had independence 1956 with Sudan. They saw the way they were moving. That Britain wants to give power to the Janjaweed, to the Arab North, to the Janjaweed North. They read Janjaweed. And they saw it. People with sight that are not as myopic as Azikiwe. You know, some people say, no, Mazi Jonathan, stop talking about that. Why we continue talking about it so that we understand the mistake he made, it will be in our subconscious so that we deviate from it. We avoid making all those mistakes, which is what our political elites are doing today. So why can't we continue talking about it? People that put us into this mess. People that put us into this mess. South Sudanese, they saw this thing, the South Sudanese political elite, right before independence, how Britain was going, moving Janjaweed. You know, Britain, they are, the West, they are pro-Janjaweed all the time. That is what baffles me. They are pro-Islamic. I am telling you. For you to know that they gave you chaff and now support the real thing in order to deal with you. But the South Sudanese, they saw it right from time. Before they have independence, they say the way these people are going, Britain, we will not allow you to come and mess our life up. Join us with these people we don't know. No, we cannot agree. We cannot agree. Britain thought that is a joke. They carry arms before the war. I mean, before their independence. They be bold people. They act boldly. I want to check Jehovah Nkusu ni lenke ndiaga bia loro gog. E woro nyina loro gog. You have to do your own fighting. For your information, let us stop deceiving. Yeah, deception. We stop deceiving ourselves. We have to fight our fight. Otherwise, we remain slaves. That is how it is. We must do what others did to liberate themselves. If not, we continue being slaves. Every time. But this generation, we will stop it. I am telling you. Let me continue playing. Finish this the Malia story.
You know the human rights for whom? For their children. Those terrorists that they formed and left there with an outcry that we in Mali are abusing human rights. You know the human rights for whom? For their children. Those terrorists that they formed and left there are the people that they're crying of that we are abusing their human rights. But when they are terrorizing and destabilize Africa every day, for the advantage of the West to get cheaper resources and cheaper labor in Africa, they don't complain. They don't say anything. You not hear. Imagine a journalist from Europe. We are looking for terrorists, but a journalist from Europe can come with a camera and go and do a documentary inside a danger zone where there are terrorists. Where did he got the numbers of the terrorists? How does he or she have an access with the terrorists? Their non-governmental organizations are comfortable in the terrorist zone. What are they doing there? They are looking.
Don't you see, like what this man is saying? Don't you see how BBC journalists were able to break into the rank and file, Boko Haram rank and file, this Fulani terrorist rank and file, and media leaders. Have you forgotten the BBC nonsensical documentary? Have you forgotten? Which we pushed them to make mistake. When they did what they did in IPOB as a documentary, we pushed them and they made mistake. Now they reveal their ass. Have you forgotten? We need to dig out this their BBC documentary. I'm on Boko Haram and the BBC, journalists have to stay. He videoed it. The terrorist, one of the terrorist commanders that say he lost, they ask him how many people have you killed. He say he lost count of people he killed. They are uncountable because they will just come and execute and go his way. He's a killer, a terrorist. Sometimes he slaughter with knife. The BBC journalists, they are with them. How do they get all these people and they don't attack them? Don't you see that there is something that is wrong? People that are wanted, now they are with them, telling you everything in their midst. That is the world we are in. Everything could be a weapon for each person or for each people in order to be great. That is how the world is. You continue being weak, you become a professional lamentator. I think lamentation is in the Bible. Maybe I am happy that they never say let us be reading Lamentation, the book of Lamentation. Lamentation. You continue lamenting, a professional lamentator, calling for spirit to come and help you. No spirit. This is just to satisfy your weak mind. No spirit is coming to help you. We must do the thing by ourselves. I am a realist. Are you hearing me? I am a realist. Gone are the days when you believe all this and that. I am a realist. If we don't do it, we continue being where we are. No miracle, nothing. Until it is we that is going to do that miracle. You had me. You had me. Without it, nothing. We continue being slaves. We continue crying. In Delta, they went and raised down the whole village, opening fire in 21st century Nigerian military in Biafra land. They killed children, old men. The following day they came back to show you that it's not by accident, and they killed more than 50. Any person moving, they shoot. Another day, the following 2 days, they came back and started burning everywhere. And you are telling me that we are alive, that we are living people. If we don't remove ourselves from this mess we call Nigeria, before God and man, we will all perish. Let us tell ourselves the truth, and let us remove this weakness from this weakness. How many places in the north, notwithstanding the mayhem being perpetrated, how many Nigerian military have been butchered every day in different northern part of Nigeria? The other time, terrorists went to Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna and massacred the high-ranking officials of Nigerian army. Well, did you ask anything they did till today? Nothing. Because the people they are together, you cannot do anything. You cannot do anything. They are sponsoring their terrorists in order to do the thing. They don't go on the streets in Kanu, Nigerian military, start killing, burning houses. They don't. Who burned them? But in our land, it is a very soft spot. One of the reasons we are highly separated. If religion didn't separate us, this is why I'm saying, no, I'm not Igbo, I'm a Joy Igbo, I'm Delta Igbo, I'm this and that Igbo, I am this, you people Igbo. But when the catastrophe is hitting, the reality is hitting all of us, and you cannot open eye, because you are stupid. Why can't they do the same in the north? Ask yourself, why? The colonial legacy is there on ground. Is facing us, dealing with us.
Points and tagging where there are mineral resources and extract, using those terrorists to fund them with those money, destabilizing the people of Africa. Double standards. Imagine Those terrorists, if they don't come in Africa armed, they will come as the journalists, as the oppositional parties, as the advocates of human rights with their international organizations. If we arrest them on spying on us, you hear the outcry from their masters saying there is a human rights abuse in Africa. But they've kept Julian Assange for a long time.
No, that one is not a human rights abuse. The man Julian Assange. Imagine it is African person being kept. The whole world know Africa, but Julian Assange. These are people that have the human rights record. Gods of us, the West. Very hypocritical set of people. Gonzales Liras, an American citizen, was tortured to death in Ukrainian prison. Did you hear it on CNN? Did they go haywire? An American citizen. You know what it means? Because he is criticizing the war of America in Ukraine. So they sold him and I beg. But they are not human rights abusers, eh? You see that we are in a world of complete hypocrisy. We must play along in this world like that. Are you hearing me? For us to survive as a people, and we must fight our wars. We must fight our battles. We must take the bull in our hand. If look at in Niger Republic, America was there. Now, Kopia doing their thing, praising the president Bosom, the former president. He is democratic. But Niger is the poorest country in Africa. In the world, one of the poorest. But they praise him because he's representing them well. When this military junta took power, Macron tried to bribe the military junta with they say 60 billion francs CFA, and he refused because they believe that as a black idiot, black monkey, what you need is money. Imagine that he's an Igbo man. Or miracle abiana na chukwu na aka na ego na ego hapu ga be a nice life. That is, when you are cheap, everything about you becomes cheap. It doesn't matter your wealth, you become very cheap. Let us remove ourselves from this character and turn to men that we wear, our ancestors wear. Are you hearing me? Let us remove ourselves and become men that we're supposed to be, men of valor that Biafrans are meant to be. Before they came, they weakened us with their virus. I call it virus. They call religion. It's a virus. They weakened us with it. Don't worry, you are enemy. I pray for my enemies. Don't worry, they didn't. What happened? They weakened us with the virus. Virus. This virus they call religion. I am telling you. And I now Soku. If it's our leader. Look at the people that are rising up. Look at them. Look at them. Can you do what they are doing? Can you undergo the suffering they underwent or they undergoing? Look at South Sudan. For 39 good years. First war, 17 years. They waited, they ended in the negotiating table. But being black race now, because before, let me tell you, some people used to say, no, the suffering we have in Biafra land, they will kill us all. They can never kill us all. They are, they will allow for maximum punishment for black people. What a white country or white people can get with pity from the international community, from the West, because of their color, for maybe 5 years, they will allow black people to suffer it for 30, 40 years before they can now, because once the Southern Sudanese war went to the extent that they feel that they have finished. So it became a smear in United Nations, in America's face. They can no longer, they are watching it, they are eating it, they are seeing it every day. They say, no, Nah, these monkeys, they resisted, though, which means this thing good for them. I mean, this thing is important for them. So let us do something. They have, not that they want to do it, we are forced. The West, we are forced to look into South Sudanese matter. If it's a white country, within 2 years, they will intervene and say, no, make peace. Because these are the people, their life matter for them, for the war. Forget about all this hypocrisy about racism being, removed from that is nonsense. It's there complete. You can bear me witness. They are just playing diplomatic, being diplomatic, but racism is what is controlling the world. What if a white country cry for self-determination? If we take them, what black people, what South Sudan used 39 years to get? A white country that is fighting the same thing, it can just, within 2 years, they allow them. They bring their case to the table, to the world, to the table where it matters, saying, now let us stop this. Is that what you think that our fight, Biafra, will be something of when we tire, we go, we sleep, and after we start again? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not there, so we stop. I have stopped contributing. No more. I'm just watching them. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, we start again. Another player, we start again. And the Europeans, the West, they will look into our case. Is that what you think? They say you are not serious, monkeys. You are not serious. You have to show resilience. That is when they will be forced, because there is something. There is a way we do something now. Shame of the whole thing will be on America, on the West, and they will be forced to do something. That's why they ended the war abruptly, Biafra war, because they know that if the war continues for another 6 months, that the countries we are lining up to recognize Biafra. Do you know that? Britain saw it and said no, they don't want this war to last even another 1 month. They use religion and entered ban our eternal leader. That's why if you're a leader in freedom fighting, nothing should move you, including religion. Nothing. No, your religion is that thing you are fighting for. Otherwise, they will use it against you. The powers that be, they will start. Do you know that the secret services of countries, they will study human being? When you come out as a leader, they will check your profile. They will study you. Where is your weak point? If you're a person that likes women, they mark it thick. Do you know that? If you're a person that you love money, that you love good life, as a leader of a struggle, the secret service, they will mark it thick. It becomes they will use it. They will study your whole profile. Anything they see as weak point, they will mark it. Is that thing they will use against you? Is that thing they will use against you? When they see you are too much religious, which religion? They say, okay, don't worry. They laugh. They will use that religion against you. Ha ga-eji abagi ime sị gị na yuzo ndị na-respect, ndị na-asọpụrụ, ndị isi okpukperechi ahụ nọ bara gị anya as a leader. Ha ga-use ya abagi ime convince you that no, here are the will of God, and you believe them. You will respect them out of respect. Sometimes I'm not saying here I know. Some people another day either we do this or we don't do it, and we continue being slaves. Let me read you. Look at one of the news headlines. Look at Niger's junta revokes military agreement with United States. Do you have that audacity? Can you have that? You said no, our people now they for America plenty. No, America is a God's. You know, there is a way they brainwash God's own people. They write in God we trust. So how chiku so I gonna so how Chineke inele enwe with water brain on elegi. Ndị ahụ ndị otu Chukwu, ndị Jerusalem, ndị Israel. You were sentiment so ya. How do you think that you can get it? Niger. Let me read it a bit. Almighty America. They cancelled everything. Niger, they revoked Niger's junta revokes military agreement with the US. Do you see? I love what they did. Do you know why? You know, at the first time, let me tell you. You know, there was the first time France wanted to do everything when they remove when they removed their puppet. France wanted to go to war by all means using Tinubu and the Ivorian president and all other West African puppets. But no, when the people rose up, they said no. Now, what Niger did was to return America. Listen, now Sahel politics. They didn't pursue all of them. Now they isolated France. Listen, that is what really happened. They isolated France, said no, America, you can stay, no problem. We don't have problem with you, America. We don't have with any other person, but with France. Do you remember when France refused that their embassy must be open? When they pursue even the ambassador, French ambassador to Niger, he refused to go, and they kept quiet. Now they use America. America have to convince France because America, they allow America to be there first. Now they use their game divide and rule against them. If you play your game very well, you become great. I am telling you. Now America saw that it's only France. They have to convince France. Don't worry. And France pulled out. America, their big brother, convinced them, say, don't worry. Because they still gave America the space to be there. The leverage, they allowed them. Say, no, America, we don't have any problem with you. You can stay. Your base, no problem. Everything, no problem. So America now have to talk to France privately, say, about like this. Because all of them, no matter what, all of them are looking for their own interests. For your information, in international politics, no looking at somebody's eyes. You look for your interest. That's how Britain remove itself from Schengen or European Union. They remove themselves because they want their interest. They say, oh boy, if we do Europe, everybody. Now we have migrate. We open our doors. Before we know, England, the English eyes will become everybody's land. They say no, we have to control our land. It's their interest. No matter all of them are Europeans, so they say, oh boy. You see how they do it. They say no, our people. We the government, we want to stay, but it's our people that they don't want, and we are voted in order to satisfy our people first. Do you see how things are done? So that is what Niger Republic did to them. They say, about the West, we will deal with you. Don't worry. They use other countries, including America, in order to help remove France because France is number one. Now, France grudgingly left. The ambassador finally, after some months, France recalled the ambassador. They closed their embassy and they pulled their military. Now, how many years now? Once they saw that the French chapter is okay, and France is having grudges with America, little grudges by the background, for your information. Now, Niger said, now it is time to deal with America. Beg, man, get out. And they are more politics, honestly speaking. They know that if they start pursuing all of them at the same time, they will fail. So how many America Hey, I don't know. Don't worry. On the try you ala. Mana France po. Oh, how I so it's not you. They divided them. France's voice become low. If France is talking, say, let us go. America said, nah, cool down. We don't want to open another front. We are suffering in Ukraine. So leave now. After we'll see how we are going to do it. Okay, because they get their own interest there. But after once they finish completely closing France chapter, they turn to America. Say, now you go America. Let me read it a bit. When I saw it, I was laughing. I am telling you, they play the good one there. Okay. Saturday's announcement, that's what day before yesterday. Saturday's announcement came in the week that a delegation from Washington had been in Miami for talks with the country's military leadership. The U.S. used its base in Niger to monitor regional jihadist activity. Do you see it? That's what they declare. That's what they declare. That's why in this world of politics there is nothing like a lie or truth. Is what anything that you can bring out to protect your people's interest. That is what matters. Are you hearing me? That is what matters. This latest announcement by the junta in power since last July comes as it moves closer to Russia after French troops were kicked out in December. All one by one. The U.S. presence on the territory of the Republic of Niger is illegal and violates all constitutional and democratic rules, which would require the sovereign people to be consulted on the installation of a foreign army in its territory. Niger's military spokesperson, Colonel Amadou Abraman, said in a damning statement on national television. He also alleged that the U.S. delegation has accused Niger of making a secret deal to supply uranium to Iran. Colonel Abdurrahman described the accusation as cynical and reminiscent of the Second Iraqi War. Are you hearing it? America, that you know how they do now. Before you kill a dog, you give him a bad name. All this to get public support, American public support. Oh, Saddam Hussein, he has a weapon of mass destruction. Oh, he's even on the verge of developing nuclear weapon. He's there everywhere. They first of all make American citizens very fearful, afraid. That before you know it, within months, Saddam Hussein is on months of getting nuclear weapon, and he will face it to America. And once they say the American citizens, hey, nah, anything to get rid of this thing, that is fear factor, fear and dioka. Exactly the same thing. They want to catch you, they catch everybody with fear. That you are fighting with devil. The demons are around you. There are witches and wizards everywhere. Anything, if you're going on the road that you hit your leg or your toe on a stone, hey, it's demonic attack. Call your pastor, ask him. No, I hit my leg to or say, I saw it last night now on dream. I wanted to tell you, it's demonic attack. You go, any natural thing that happens to everybody happen to you is demon. So they put fear. They use fear, not they put fear. They use fear surround you. Anywhere you look is fear. You see black cat is fear. Oh, it's a witch. You see white cat is a witch. You are going and see one rat pass your way. Hey, he's a wizard. They are after you. So why won't you be afraid? You have to do whatever they want you to do. That is what America is doing. They will use, first of all, use their media. They use their media to kill you. They demonize you so that the citizens, American and British citizens, will be looking at the person as they were looking at Saddam Hussein as a living demon. How would there is any way to read him? They don't know that everything is lies. That is what they did to the Niger Republic. They are giving. I mean, they are supplying uranium to Iran to develop nuclear weapon. And once they develop nuclear weapon, they are going to kill all of us. They want to kill the whole Americans anywhere. So when they say when they is it Christian Amanpo, once he come out on CNN break it, hey, American citizens, all of them, they will say, nah, anything to get rid of this man. So once they vote, they say, I beg, go to war, remove this one, and they give them the power they need. They know how to manipulate public opinion. They know how to do it. It's after some years, no, we lied. Your lie caused death of millions of people. Your lie caused orphans, millions of orphans. He raised homes. He changed the nomenclature of things. Are you going to bring them back? The answer is no. Oh, you resign. Tony Blair resigned. I lied. He resigned. George Bush, I lied. And he's still alive. No ICC, nothing. No trial. Because they are above the law. Don't you see the colonial masters how they behave? They are above the law. But go and do it now. Go and do one tenth of that. Hey! They will cut you into pieces. They will bring you. They will campaign for your head to be cut into pieces. Look at how they destroyed Gaddafi. Did they talk about it? Libya, that is living fine more than many West African, many Western European countries before. In the time of what I'm telling you, it is facts. Libya was living far more better than some Western European countries at that time, in the time of Gaddafi. He didn't all go well with the West. How can these Africans, they will open the eyes of Africans and develop them and make them to develop? They say no. Kaiti Piaya. That is how imperialism works. But they will brainwash you into seeing them as saints. They brainwash you into seeing them that whatever they do is right. We are in a world of hypocrisy, a world filled in with lies and manipulations. And we have to be masters also in this art of manipulations, in this art of hypocrisy, in order for us to survive and be on top. That is how the world is. You either be the prey, or the exploiter. Are you hearing it? There is no pity. This world has no pity. That's why when I see our people crying, say they are praying, I become disgusted. You are crying. Who listens to? Who cares whether you are dead or alive? The only thing is for you to do something. Arise and do something, as you are doing in IPOP. That is the only thing. Nothing more. Cry from here till thy kingdom come. No person. Your cry makes them. It sweets them. Your lamentation sweets them. We shouldn't be a country, a people, a nation of lamentators. No. We should stop it. We should stop it. So, they have finally removed America from Niger Republic. And rightfully so. Because they are there, they are fighting terrorism. They have the highest state-of-the-art equipment. But the terrorism is increasing every day. Don't you see that there is something there? Don't you see it? Don't you see it? There is something there. Now, let me read this before I play the clip. Sheikh Gumi, this was March 15th news headline. Sheikh Gumi said, I put it on my timeline, Jonas Raphael. Recent terrorist attack is the tip of iceberg unless Nigeria government negotiates with bandits. Sheikh Gumi, do you see it? And we are forced to live with people with this mindset. We are living with them, and you are happy. You are happy. You can be, as we can beg ourselves, our peace, our way through, so that we live in peace. Damn that peace. He said it, and he's being celebrated, and he's going around in Nigeria. No problem. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the DSS dungeon because they have a race of cowards. Do you know cowards? I call our race. We are cowards. I want to, if the line come open, come and prove to me that we are not cowards. Cowards that are only there for our selfish interests. You want to live fine, live good life. You can never live good life individually. Unless all of us, we now fight for good life for all of us. Are you hearing me? Look at those that died that we are mowed down in Biafra, in Delta. They never knew that they would die. Since that day, since 14 till death, they never knew that their houses would be. If you are talking to many of them, say, "Oh no, boy, my house, I have my house." As long as Biafrans were in Nigeria, we are not safe. Anything can happen anytime, because Nigeria is the graveyard of Biafrans. If you don't know it today. Are you hearing me? Sheikh Gumi can talk anything to it. He's going to. Is him telling this thing. I mean, his people, the bandits, the terrorists, Fulani terrorists, make on continue. Hold them. He is their master. Are you hearing it? Giving them idea what to do, what to request trillions, and now he will come and tell you that look, you people have to negotiate with them. Otherwise, this is a tip on the iceberg. This is just the beginning. No, it's nothing. And they don't arrest him, do they? Because he's above the law. Don't you see it? He's above the law. You go, okay, so go and talk now. Look at ordinary Igbo, Ezendi Igbo, Nokota or where in Lagos. Look at only one post he come out to talk. Hey, we are not safe in Lagos. Otherwise, we are going to bring IPO. Where I disgusted, he said because IPOB are jobless, so they are going to give us job. That's why I'm just saying our people, we don't know how to talk. We don't know anything about politics. Politics is about also talking to people, relating, social relationship with each other. No, we lack it. Look how he even scorned IPOB. He scorned IPOB and ESN. That they don't have any job, so they will bring them as jobless people. They will give them job to pay them. No Diego, he has money. He built a house in Lagos. Now he's still in jail. Why they okay? Your money is nothing. Your money as an Igbo man amounts to nothing because it can be destroyed under a twinkle of an eye. Do you see that? As a Biafran, your life means nothing in Nigeria. Ask people in Delta, Biafrans in Delta, what they are seeing. Is it not what they are doing in our land every day? They kill us, nothing. With impunity. They burn our houses. Nigerian military, they burn our houses with impunity. Until we rise up and join together and remove these differences and fight for our collective interests, we will continue being like slaves. Their lives doesn't matter. Remember, oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. They don't mince words today. The answer is no. They don't mince words. So Sheikh Gumi is talking with boldness. That's now nothing. That's waiting on at the sea for Nigeria. Now at the beginning, no. Now on the money, no. Unless you have to negotiate with them, and he's there. He's a chief terrorist. Which so-called is it Christian person that will rise up to challenge and say no? What? No. Ooh, cowards. They inflict us with the virus of cowardice from Europe. From Europe. How I wish no the Arab be bruised or colonized. So I after Friday I be the allow I week. But in I say no. You have to suffer in this world. They use suffering and give us a trademark in order to enter the kingdom. If your enemy touches you, slaps you in this side, turn the other side for him. If your enemy in your aggressor takes you to 1 kilometer, go to even remove your pant for him, go 2 kilometers for him. I pump our brain with all these nonsensical garbages, I call it. Yeah, what our way of life. He turned us into cowards. Now don't worry that God will fight your battle. You see that one useless Kurumfu Fulani terrorists in Nigerian military uniform. We tell everybody when you are big car, yeah, come down. I say, come on, one chop. Everybody, one chop. That is hands up. But all one dick that now the God will fight your battle. You are very powerful. You are powerful. You are nothing. What are you? Until we gather and support IPOB in order to fight our way out of these marauders. I am telling you. Otherwise, let me play for you something you have been hearing, please. I've been playing it here on this radio platform, but I want to say something about it today. Please, this is a little interview with a Southern Sudanese, and he gave out his experience together with what he's seen in Nigeria. Please listen. Let us listen together, please.
Just let him sort of speak to us, and we'll see how similar it is, and we can ask him questions as well, because I believe that we could actually learn, a lot from them. Thanks, Achik, for coming.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Duncan. And it's like deja vu for me. It tracks with the same thing. I think, as you guys know, in our civil war, because of the oppression from the northerners, the Islamic North, to try to convert us southerners into Islam. So we fought from 1983 till 2005. The civil war ended, and then we ended up splitting into two countries.
The second war, this guy is talking about the last war, the second war. Calculate 1983 to 2005. How many years? 83 to 93, 10 years. 93 to 2003. That is 20 years. 22 years. They have fought the first war 17 years. Now calculate it. How much? Is it not 39 years? Is it not 39 years? That is so. They carried their cross. Cross is suffering. They carried their cross. They didn't stay there shouting, let one spirit come and help us. Oh yeah, pray harder. Read Psalm 29. Oh yeah, rubbish. They carried their. Do you know? We are talking about we are being slaughtered. These people we are being massacred. Come, you will hear where he gave their population percentage. I think their population of 8 million, more than 3 million were killed. Do you know the percentage to their population? Do you know what it means to kill almost half of them? And do you know what it means? That is what they suffered for them to be a country today. Now I went and carry with magic. No. Emma, when he say Biafra it will come by miracle. Some people take it out of context. We say now we can't do nothing. Only we come by miracle. It's not me and you can get Biafra. It's a miracle. We always like the easiest part of something. Shortcuts. We go pray and shout and sing. Now Biafra will come. We sleep in Nigeria today, and tomorrow Biafra will come. If we don't do what we are supposed to do, the truth is bitter. Let us stop this, fake hope with, lies and all. No, truth is bitter. Let us face reality. Instead of being happy with illusion. These people, they fought war, very cruel, bitter war. Do you know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu labeled the Fulani Janjaweed? But the people in Sudan, they are the real militia, the real Janjaweed militia. Even those Janjaweed, do you know that even in Darfur, they are having clashes, war, even with the Fulani? Do you know that? Now, talk less of how Fulani, they are even Muslims, so the same, but they still have problems with them. Fulani in Sudan, you know that? Now think of how they brutalize them. Now, and we now use them use their name to label the worst people. But the Southern Sudanese, they resisted for complete 39 years. Imagine it's Igbo people there. Father preach, going to peace. No, they will kill everybody. Just let's have peace. Even if we one Sudan. And today they will be suffering as we are doing in Nigeria. Because we are not resilient. We are turned into cowards. You understand? Which we are not. We are not cowards. Biafrans, we are the only people that resisted Britain, or one of the few people. The other ones are in Kenya, Mau militia. Our women in 1929 rose up against almighty Britain, which aghast them. It surprised them. Are you hearing? But these people, they resisted Britain through their agents. I mean, they resisted the agents of Britain, through Janjaweed. Britain sold them into the hands of the Janjaweeds as they sold us to the hands of the Fulani. And we were happy about it. Said nothing. That's why they saw us as, slaves in short. These people, they don't even know. They don't know what's up. They don't know what's up. They only want a good life. You understand? And they gave you a good life now. Is it not the good life we're enjoying? Or not for your owner? Anytime they want, they go and slaughter us with no provocation. They send their military to deal with us, to inflict more fear. And our people will be calling government to come and help us. So now, wow, when they tell you join, support what IPOB is doing. We want to liberate every part, look and cranny of Biafra land, including indigenous people in Nigeria. But they don't want it. They will be looking at it now. IPOB in Igbo people, we don't. You people are. I beg, carry a Biafra. But today you are Nigeria. You are Nigeria. Is born everywhere. Let us leave this stupidity and join hands together and fight this war. Continue listening.
A Muslim North and a Southern Christian state. And what happened through the war is, they used to kidnap our babies too and our children, and they would take them to madrasas, Islamic schools. And then in those schools, all they would read is the Quran 24/7.
Do you hear what the man said? Is it not what they try to do in Ebony, Abakiliki? They build the highest madrasa. Madrasa, for your information, is school, Arabic school, Quranic school. Let me call it Quranic school. That is, the name is madrasa in Arabic. Didn't they have the biggest Quranic school in Abakiliki? They take their children, because that is, do you see, that is how Christianity caught us. Catch them young. They take their children and be giving them, brainwashing them, studying Quran from 247 day to day, because they know that they are the future of the community. Do you see that? Do you see how they roll? That is the Janjaweed for you. They force them in order to Islamize, because they want them to lose who they are, to lose their natural nomenclature and turn them into what they, the same way the Fulani turned the Hausas into zombies they are today, being controlled by the Fulani. A whole Hausa race, very big, civilized Hausa. When the Hausa kingdom was manufacturing a blunderbuss, this is gunpowder. Some European countries never know what is gunpowder. Do you know that? They were manufacturing blunderbuss, that is a then gun, as of that time. Tanning clothes in the north. But little Fulani came and used religion. The highest weapon of colonization is religion. It comes to that. Whether you accept it or you don't accept it, go and make your researches. You find out the truth. The highest weapon of colonization is religion. Once you're able to turn a people, twist them into your own religion, now you can manipulate them. It's finished. That's why in our homes today, homes are scattered because of religion. Pastors manipulate, that the Jews manipulate women to rebel against their husbands. People are turned to rebel against their mothers that born them, mothers and fathers, through only religion. That is the only weapon. Very easy to use it. Once you use it, you can colonize the people. Finish. They come under you. Abakaliki has the highest Quranic school in Africa. That is true. They will take our children and be brainwashing them there. It's true. Do we know whether even the infiltrator went to Quranic school? Do we know? Because the way he hate our people is if our people, they go with sentiment, they don't go with brain reason. The way the infiltrator talks, sometimes you will see the hatred against our people. Somebody that say, when I finish dealing with you people, you don't know when that type of hatred comes out, and you know that, look, maybe it's a product of Quranic Abakaliki Quranic school. I am telling you. Somebody that you don't know, you don't have, as a freedom fighter, you have a leader. You need to have precedence. You should have history. But all of a sudden, somebody come from nowhere and you don't know his brothers, you don't know his family, nothing, how he got nothing, and they become your leader. Ndibo, done. Sentiment we do on something. That is that sentiment we are trying to remove from in this hallowed platform. Let us continue listening. This is a Southern Sudanese talking about the experience and comparing it to what is going on in Nigeria today. Continue listening.
And they would radicalize them. I don't know if that's happening in Nigeria, but that was state-sponsored. It was sponsored by the North Sudanese government. So you had militias, the war, because of the oppression from the Northerners, the Islamic North, to try to convert us Southerners into Islam. So we fought from 1983 till 2005.
Now, let me ask, why do people want to convert others into their religion? This is a deeper question you need to think, reason deeply before answering. Is it out of love? No, I want you to, is it because they love those people? Now they start converting you. They want you to come and partake in their religion so that do you think it's out of love? The answer is no. Because they want you to be subjugated. They want to control you, to change you, to become their, their subject. Are you hearing me? It is exactly the same way the Europeans came and converted us, our ancestors. It's not out of love. They hate these people to the extent to convert them so that they can continue manipulating them till death. Okay, now, I am asking from religion or not. It's the same thing. The highest weapon of colonization is religion. Religion. Once you're able to convert your enemies to your religion, finish. They will now come and submit to you. No, you don't fire weapon. They will now because they see you as their savior. Finish. They become slaves to you happily. That's why wherever houses gather, you see 200 houses gather together, and they want to pray. They will first of all look for any person of Fulani descent, even if it is a father Fulani only or mother Fulani. You become their imam there. It is natural. So it is natural now. They subjugate. They are the people now. They will become subjects to you, begging you to be their master. That they love you because you love us and give us their religion. Is it not what we are suffering in Christianity? Is it not the same thing? You see white image, you respect it, is angel. see black image coming or black something coming down from heaven, you run. Say Satan. It is all here in our brains. That is it. I will continue saying it. And that is it. Continue listening, please.
The civil war ended, and then we ended up splitting into two countries, a Muslim north and a southern Christian state. And what happened through the war is, they used to kidnap our babies too and our children, and they were taken to madrasas, Islamic schools. And then in those schools, all they would read is the Quran 24/7, and they would radicalize them. I don't know if that's happening in Nigeria, but that was state-sponsored. It was sponsored by the North Sudanese government. So you had militias. The militia was called the Janjaweed, and the Janjaweed operated mainly in Darfur, the Darfur region, and that was supported by the government of North Sudan. So it kind of reminds me like Boko Haram. I'm fully convinced they're supported by the federal government of Nigeria too, like the Janjaweed was supported by the government of Sudan. And they actually perpetrated the Darfur genocide. If you guys don't know about it, you should Google it. From 2003 to 2006, roughly 500 to 600,000 Darfurians were killed, and they're North Sudanese people. And mainly they were the black African one, not the Muslim Darfurians. And around 50,000 women were raped and mutilated. It's one of the worst crimes in the continent. And when we were liberating our country, we found that fighting the northern government, we're getting oppressed simply because we're not Muslims and we're black Africans. Most of us are Christians or animists or traditional religion, like we don't believe in the most, or atheists. And that oppression didn't stop until we started fighting. So from 50...
You see what he said? They have been oppressing them, killing them. He said that oppression never stopped until they start fighting back. We black say ụmụ ya ke ihe ga-eme unu mụrụ akọ, onye nke a sị no ya mee ugboro ole ka ihe ga-eme unu mụrụ akọ. Ofu si ugboro 5, nke ọzọ si ugboro 3, nke ọzọ si ofu ugboro, nke ọzọ si ihe mee onye ọzọ mụrụ akọ. Yes, ịwụ nwa m. Are we learning something? He said this Janjaweed never stopped killing them until they took arms and start fighting back. So what is happening in our land, it can never stop. If you think it will stop, one day you beg government, government is them. Them is government. Or you cry, lament, one spirit in heaven from nowhere, from the sea, will come and help you. That is far, 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 far until you start fighting back. And that is what we are doing in IPOB. That is why we need the support of everybody, because we are in this together. The Janjaweed, they can never stop. People that started, that continued the legacy, the conquest of their great-grandfather since 1804 to date. You think they are going to stop? Oh, okay, maybe one day they will just make a law that, okay, let everything stop. Sheikh Gumi is a terrorist leader. He is being celebrated in Nigeria, being invited in Nigerian television to talk. Do you see it? This man say it happened to them. They will never stop until you say enough is enough. You took arms and say, nah, if we want to die, let us die. But if you say you want to just be doing gentleman, let us continue now. Let us see. We appease them. We beg them. Alahaji, on a good now. Let us stay. They will continue until you become complete slaves to them. Continue listening.
56 till 83, we kept asking the northern government, please do something about this oppression. And then finally we had enough and decided to have a civil war and break the country in two. And that's what I'm worried that's going to end up happening in Nigeria, because I'm getting sick of it watching it, because I can't imagine what you guys are feeling. And we went through that, and it was a very vicious, bloody war. We lost 3 million people to gain independence. We have 6 million people overseas in the diaspora. Don't forget
they lost 3 million people to gain independence. They have 6 million people in the diaspora. Which, just check their population. With their little population, you see they made the supreme sacrifice. You see that? But if we think that we can eat our cake and still have it, it's impossible. Either you eat your cake and it disappears into your stomach, or you have it, you don't eat it, you don't taste it, and you're still looking at it. Let us stop this mentality of shortcuts. There is shortcut to everything. You know, Igbo man, we like a shortcut in business. Before you know, no, it's not like that in freedom fighting. You must pass through the process. So you must be ready. We must, prepare our mentality, our psyche to accept the reality facing us. If not, we continue being slaves and worse. Look at how they go. They say Nigeria, they go and slaughter people in Delta State for nothing. For as they want, they slaughter. Fulani headsmen, they are on the rampage everywhere, and nothing mega. So, do you think that these people will stop? The Nigeria Tinubu said no. Give them. He instructed the governors, give them land to appease them. A president, and you think that this thing will stop? That they will stop aggressing us? They will stop slaughtering us? No, until we have enough of this. I used to talk about it. Red line. If they reach some red, we draw a red line. Say, oh boy, enough is enough. You become suicidal. If we never become suicidal, we continue and become more slaves. You hear that? That is the reality facing us. Okay, those people that were killed in Delta. Maybe you will see one or two people that came from abroad to visit home. Maybe you will see some people that has at least their houses that are a little bit wealthy. They are there. They are among the dead. They didn't know that they would die. You see that in Delta and Bayelsa, their houses burned down. We must join hands together. Let us continue, please.
Only 13 million South Sudanese here, and there's about 44 million North Sudanese on the top. And what is happening now in the Sudan? They're having their own civil war between the
13 million Southern Sudanese, 3 million slaughtered, killed in the war, 6 million run away to the diaspora. Majority of them, that is out of the 13 million, now count it. Count the percentage, the ratio to their population, and now you see what befell them. You see the catastrophe, the tragedy that befell them under the watchful eyes of the West. So that that is what we are saying here. So we must learn from what happens to others. Otherwise, we will continue bearing this stigma of slavery until we react in the appropriate way. Because the most the best reply or response to a violent aggressor is a violent self-defense. Are you hearing me? That statement was made by what is the name? The person that killed Mahatma Gandhi. He said peace cannot be at all costs. Mahatma Gandhi was preaching peace all the time. He wants to turn us into docile cowards, whereas we are in the face of violent Muslims, and you want us to be peaceful, to be absorbing. They will be killing us. We say no. Oh, you are our brother. Oh, we are brothers looking for peace. You don't look for peace or accept peace by all means. Otherwise, you become the victim of that peace. That is what happened to us. We accept peace. Peaceful people. Stop accepting that we are peaceful. If you are peaceful, you are nothing. We're supposed to be people that are feared. Hey, any of them. That is the way they told us about the Fulani. Hey, when you see them, you fear. Anything they want, you take. Not take on the very violent people. Do you see that? But once they know you as a peaceful person, they can throw shit on you. Say he cannot react. Nah, you will be looking for peace. Now, peaceful man, he nothing. Catholic is people akanishi. Let us continue listening. Let us continue listening, please.
The different Islamic militias, and about we have 1 million refugees from the north in our border right now that we have to feed and look after. We're getting aid from the United Nations and the United States to deal with it. But when I look at this situation that's happening in Nigeria, I have a really terrible feeling. This is going to lead to a civil war, which I don't want it to happen, because there's only so long Southern Christians can handle this oppression in Nigeria before they get fed up and decide to do something about it. And I don't believe your government, ever since Goodluck Jonathan, this Islamic government that you have in Nigeria, I generally believe they're going to try to Islamicize Nigeria, using through government forces and using corporate power and the wealth from the oil-rich South. And I think their plan is to systematically use this to make sure there's a permanent Islam majority so they can never lose government. Because the second they get a permanent Islam majority, it's all over for the Christians in the South. You can't vote them out. You can't fight them out. They have the army, they have the military, they have all of the taxes that are going to fund their areas. And they have...
No, is it not what is happening in Nigeria? Immediately these people succeed in being in power, finish. They are completely in charge. Don't you see last time Rufai, former governor of Kanu State, say he thanked Allah that he have made Kaduna governor and vice governor Muslim. Even to the larger Nigeria, Muslim ticket. That it will continue like that. Don't you see that they are working hard? What do the so-called Christians Christian body come and say? No mind that mind to the talk. But you are seeing what is happening. The things are facing you. Everything they play down. Submerging people into more slavery. They play it down. No, don't mind him. Because they can be bought with money. Look at during the campaign of Tinubu. They hired the bishops. Hire the pastor, wear the muododo, and the Christians like a lizard. They enter into prayer to cast away the spirit that the Tinubu use to hire. Instead of doing something, they laugh over it. Nandia Europe puteraye nonsense. I am telling you, they brought virus that is eating our head. That is we don't. What we believe is money. Only money. We don't care anything about ourselves as a people. They hired people to go in that high-level presidential election campaign. They hire people. They wear them something Christian. Which Christians supposed to react? If it is Muslim, you hire imams, national. They say they are supporting this. They will rise up and kill all of you. Do you see why I faulted the religion that we have been brought to? Do you see why I faulted them? Do you see why I'm faulting it? You absorb everything, because that is how they program you to be, so that it cannot rise up. The Europeans, they give us this virus now. They carry us and put us into the hands of the Mohammedans, so that as they have weakened us, these people, you people are nothing, non-entities. Oh yeah, come on. Be in their hands. And is it not what is happening today? That is what this guy is revealing. It happened in Southern Sudan. There are tough heads ahead. If you think that things are going to get better, you are lying to yourself. And the worst thing for a person to do is lying to him or herself. Continue listening.
The poorest areas. So what doesn't make sense is these terrorist organizations that are going around in your country, there is no way they'd be going around without the full cooperation and support by the federal Nigerian government. And this is what I think. There is no way they'd be let. How can Boko Haram get all these weapons, get all these militias, kidnap kids, and you can't rescue these children? The only reason they're not rescued is because the government doesn't want to rescue them. They simply don't care. And I think we went through the same thing when they were kidnapping and killing our children and our people, until we fought and we got fed up by this. And that's why we're two different independent states. So I have this sick feeling in my stomach what's happening in Nigeria, like I've been through it before. And that's why I pray for you guys. So hopefully you guys deal it well soon. Hopefully it doesn't have to come to a civil war, because that's really nasty and vicious stuff. But the Christians in the South are going to get sick of it. My warning is, if they get a permanent Islamic majority government, there's nothing you can do about it, honestly. That's the saddest part. When you get to the stage you can't vote these guys out, you're doomed. I'm sorry to say. That happened to me and my people. And we had no choice, because we couldn't vote them out. We were too small. They had the military, they had the economy, everything. So I'm thinking about you guys. Hopefully they're sorted soon. But I generally believe the Nigerian government is the one doing this. And they're doing it. They've given these militias the green light to do this. And that's why none of them is being held accountable, because they simply don't want to. And I think that's a sad truth. Thank you.
Sheikh, I have a question for you.
Should I continue with the questions?
When you guys, prior to your...
Should I continue with the questions?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Or civil war, were they dividing, like finding ways to divide the South? You know, those of you in the South, like
they
tribes and
yeah, they divided us between Nuer and the Dinka. So the Dinka are the majority, which are my people. The Nuer are like, so us Dinka were about 30%, the Nuer are about 15%, and then we have another 62 tribes, and they divided us into Dor.
Are you hearing it? So that you think that what is happening to us never happened to people. If you see any Southern Sudanese, shake him or her. Are you hearing it? That this division we are suffering today, I be Joy, no be Igbo, I be Ben, is the same thing. It's saying their own. The Dinka has 30% of their population. The Nuer have 15%. Now the remaining is it 32? That is 55% is being shared by other 62 Irisi na Abo tribes, 62 different tribes. They divided them. The powers, the Sudanese powers divided them, brainwashed them to hate each other. So this is exactly the photocopy, the mirror of what is happening to us. That is why we must learn. Are you hearing it? So what is happening to us is not only unique. It's 62. We in Biafra land, we don't have up to 62 tribes. I'm telling you, we don't have up to 62 tribes. Forget about what they will call is it a Leme, a tribe? No, it's a Igbo. They don't. These are clans. Are you hearing me? So we don't have up to 62 tribes. These people have the 65 tribes or 64. But they still conquered, they still have to rise above this their enmity, and today they're a different country. Are you learning something? Please continue listening.
Nuer, Dinka, and we were fighting each other before we ever fought them.
They were fighting each other. Roboman will fight Ejo. Ejo will fight Igbo. Igbo will say, oh boy, no. It's not something that is uncommon in Southern Sudan. The man is giving us a lay down of what happened to them, so that we should learn. You understand? If we don't learn, it is our fault. We must be ready for the task ahead. These people are not going to stop until we do what we are supposed to do to liberate ourselves and be resilient. Let us remove this idiotic sentiment, nonsensical sentiment that is killing us, and face the reality facing us. We need to go to reach our goal. We need to reach our goal. That is Biafra. We need to reach our goal, not sentiment. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is where he is doing his own job. Because he's there doing his own job. He's the front. He is in the front. So we should not, because of sentiment, and stop what we are doing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not there, I cannot do anything. You are foolish if you say that. As Mazi Chinedu said, you are a betrayer. Or these people, they turn them into against each other. Because they have agents who will fool everywhere now. Don't you see Akatari Dokubo? Don't you see him? Now I think he has gone low. When Tinubu entered, he said if Tinubu fell, job people should hold him responsible. Now where is him? Where is him? For you to see that these people, they act, or once they are high, these are people that don't know anything about politics. They don't know nothing. They thought that politics is what that thing they are doing. Nothing. I am telling you. They made sure to demonize their own brother in order to support Tinubu. Today, when Tinubu entered power first, at the new time, he invited Asari Dokubo they took photos, so he thought that the whole world is finished. He came out to brave press statement. He started talking against Nigeria institution, the military. They say, oh boy, this man Igbo Ibio. Tinubu distanced himself from him forever. He distanced himself from him till today. Because these are people that don't know nothing. When they are calling you to reason, forget about this temporary money they will give you to make you turn against your brother. You think you are, I know you EGGs fly that soul shit that will follow the dead body to enter grave. Until when they tell them like this, we must face what is facing us. That is what I'm saying. Please continue. I don't know whether I will play. I have many things to talk about, bit by bit. I think I will continue this. I will stop it somewhere. I will continue it another day. Please continue listening. Nonetheless,
we only became united in 1983. So from 1956 till 1983, as black tribes in the southern part of Sudan, we were fighting each other. And because of the divisions that came from the federal government, so they divided us up in certain areas. So the west is the Barkazal area, the east is the Nuer area, and the north is the Nuer area, and the south is the more like Islamic area in Juba. So if you go to our capital, Juba, a lot of people speak Juba Arabic. And the reason is because the government up north wanted to make Arabic as an official language of the southern Christians. Because if they make Arabic as an official language, we become Arabized. So then we start... pretty much it takes away.
Do you see Arabization? The same like colonization. Religion is just a tool to change your nomenclature. You start behaving like Uzue, as somebody will say. They behave like zombie for others. Do you see how they smartly built the biggest madrasa in Abakaliki? Taking children from there, putting them into Islam. I mean Quran. They grow with Quran. Do you think that they would be like Igbo people? Once their master, the Fulani ordered them, say, look, you have to fight for Islam. Kill your brother that is not an Islam, and they will do it. It's what the Hausa foolishly did. Religion is very, very deep. Very deep. That is why we are calling our brains. Let us reason. Let us reason. Because enemies can use religion, and not can use. They are using it against us. They are using it against us. You know that. The Ottoman Danfodio preached to Hausa people. Say, your king is not like unbeliever. Why do you have Hausas that are not Muslims, and you are having things in common with them? They are infidels. They are unbelievers. Why not turn? You have to turn against your king, because he's supporting infidels. Though you are brothers, but in Quran it's not like that. Your brother becomes your enemy once he doesn't believe the same thing you have. Is it not what is being preached also in Christianity? It's the same thing. So if they give you a knife, you can kill him as an infidel. Do you see how dangerous the religion is. That is why we are trying to find our foot, go back, look our roots, so that thing that joins us together, now we take it and join ourselves together, the same umbilical cord. You don't see your brother as an infidel any longer. It happened to the Hausa people. The Hausas today, all of them are slaves to the Fulani. It becomes natural to them. Natural. Anywhere they see Fulani, they bow down as a Fulani, because Fulani is their governor, Fulani is their emir, is their controller, is their imam, is everything. So they are simply slaves. You see that? But once we guide our brotherhood, and what is our brotherhood? Strongly, our brotherhood is our culture. Is what binds us together, nothing more. Is there any other thing that binds the people together? Is their culture, their way of life. Because their way of life comprises of everything. From what you wear to what you eat. Everything. How the festivals you hold is what binds us together as a people. But when you start skipping, say, no, this festival is evil. Me, I cannot partake it. I'm a born again. No, this dance. No, I cannot dance this community dance. It's not biblical. The enemy, they have put in sword in our umbilical cord. That is what this man is trying to explain. It happened to them. And they started fighting each other. Their own was even worse. Because when you go more further, you will see that their own was worse. Because some tribes or clans were banned from marrying other clans. In our own, it's not too bad like that. We marry each other till today. Igbo marry Ijo. Yoruba marry Igbo. You never did that side. Do you see it? But they broke through it. Do you know what made them? I don't know whether, let me continue playing.
Our traditional language and our culture, they essentially tried to Arabize all of the people in the southern of Sudan, like they have in the north. Like when you go to North Sudan, they're like Algerians and Moroccans and stuff. They're Muslim, they speak Arabic and stuff. That's what they wanted to do till the whole Sudan. They essentially divided us, they conquered us, and then eventually we had a leader that came in, Dr. John Garang. He essentially told the blacks in the south, listen, we have to come together or they're going to kill us all. And that only came in 1983 when we declared our movement, the Sudanese People Liberation Army. It was like a guerrilla movement. And then we fought and then we eventually won. But even till today, we're divided. So the Nuer and the Dinka in 2013, they caused a civil war in my country, but we ended that pretty quickly. But even till today, those tribal lines that have divided us against are so hard to break apart. Like tribal tensions in my country are so bad right now because of what they did, of generations of brainwashing and just things like even marrying between different tribes it's incredibly difficult because of the way they made us see each other since the founding of our country. And we're just trying to get through those tribal lines even till today. So it leaves deep wounds. I don't know if they've divided you guys in Nigeria and your tribe, but they really did a number on us.
That's what.
Do you hear what he said? What made the people to rise up in their place is, he said, one leader came up, John Garang, in 1983, and talked to them, started talking to them, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said, if we continue fighting ourselves, you see the voice, the low voice in the wilderness, it's always like that. If we don't organize ourselves, all of us will be taken one after the other. Is it not what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been preaching? Ijo, you cannot go it alone. Igbo, you cannot go it alone. Call yourself Niger Delta, you cannot do it alone. Until we remove our differences and take up the fight and liberate ourselves first from the general Janjaweed. Now, if we come back, if we say, okay, let us divide more, no problem. But we must join together. It is exactly the same thing. So for you to know that it has happened to them, it's a mirror example of what is happening to us. But how many of us will learn? How many? How many? Because the colonial masters want us to continue being like this so that they can continue stealing they can continue stealing with impunity. They can continue raping our land with impunity. And anytime they want, they will blow whistle for you to come to do pack shit in London. The shits of their old men and women. You understand? They call it nurse, a health worker. But you don't know, you go, you start, you see, you start packing shit. And they are happy, you know, it's okay. They are happy. As you are doing it, they are happy. And for you, oh, this place, London now is fine, you know, I'm earning pounds, it's good. You are praising your killers. You are colonial masters. The colonial legacy is still on. We are living with it until we remove our neck from it. It entangles us all around. Both religion, everything, everywhere. And you see people that are still defending them. That's why I am no more annoyed with them, because all I continue doing, we continue preaching and teaching. Maybe one day they will turn around, because somebody will turn around today. Tomorrow's another person will do the same thing. We turn around and repent and understand how foolish we have been. Let us stop this, separation the enemies put in our land and face our reality. It's our common reality. Today, the Nigerian military are on the rampage in Delta, in Biafra. These are part of Biafra land. Because they know that with only them can do nothing. But if we come together and join IPO, support IPOB openly or secretly, covertly or overtly, now we liberate ourselves. The South Sudanese did that. And we shall fight to liberate, to develop, so that we liberate ourselves completely from the colonial legacies. This is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to go to a few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will start calling in. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
In Mali, we had a long problem of terrorism. Until recently, under the leadership of Colonel Assimi Goïta, we realized that, these terrorists are formed by Emmanuel Macron and her Western allies and SIA. Then we decided to remove their international organizations out of Mali, their embassies out of Mali, their military out of Mali, to break the supply chain of weapons, food, and their other necessary resources to fight us, to destabilize Africa. When we did that, we militarized the army of Mali. We then went to Russia. We came with so many weapons. We went to confront the terrorist, because now we know that the terrorist's mother is no longer in Mali. When we encountered the terrorists there, we taught them a lesson. You know what happened? The United Nations Human Rights Commission raised a red flag with an outcry that we in Mali are abusing human rights. You know the human rights for whom? For their children. Those terrorists that they formed and left there are the people that they're crying of, that we are abusing their human rights. But when they are terrorizing and destabilize Africa every day for the advantage of the West to get cheaper resources and cheaper labor in Africa, they don't complain. They don't say anything. You not hear. Imagine a journalist from Europe. We are looking for terrorists, but a journalist from Europe can come with a camera and go and do a documentary inside a danger zone where there are terrorists. Where did he got the numbers of the terrorists? How does he or she have an access with the terrorists? Their non-governmental organizations are comfortable in the terrorist zone. What are they doing there? They are looking points and points and points and tagging where there are mineral resources and extract. using those terrorists to fund them with those money, destabilizing the people of Africa. Double standards. Imagine those terrorists, if they don't come in Africa armed, they will come as the journalists, as the oppositional parties, as the advocates of human rights with their international organizations. If we arrest them on spying on us, you hear the outcry from their masters saying there is a human rights abuse in Africa. But they've kept Julian Assange for a long time after he has exposed them. And they even threatened to bomb ICC if ICC issues a warrant of arrest to any American citizen. Double standards.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra land. We are here live and direct, and today is the 18th day of March 2024. Therefore, our lines are now open. Our direct line, as usual, is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. You can call us and give us your view on the issue treated. Do not ever think that we are going to stop. If we stop, we all perish. You understand? So we must continue what we are doing. Let me take the caller on direct line. Caller on direct line. Let me take you first. Please, caller on WhatsApp. Hold on, I'll come to you. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. The whole world is hearing you. Please go on.
Thank you very much, my big brother Mazi Jonathan. Okay, continue to empower you. Mendebo continue to, guide and protect you. The DOS, the HODOS, Mazi. This is your brother will call me from my location at this moment. I know what I'm about to say now. People will say that why can't we discuss it inside? No. If you look at that tape, that guy you play now, I think we all hear it. The Ayakayala, the time, Aga may not hide something. I know. Ayakaribia. Mazi, you met you now, come queer people. What I want to I'm a Abunika, and then I try in this struggle. I want to she push where to, wanted the, I want she push way to government of Russia. I'm not trying 100 face. I want to know whatever, I got what I understand me. The whole I know which I one by one. And what I have here, let's take what did he have on social media. I need to I'm not so people liberate themselves. 4 months in Africa. The reason why South Africa did the board today of Israel and ICC because Ghana fight the appetite. Palestinian in Africa. Kayoga did it. I got this now. I get push to government of Russia. See how look at what we want and let happen. I will put you on a live project. Martin,
there were Mazi. There were every option is on the table for your information. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on WhatsApp. Mazi Chuku.
Hello?
Yeah, Mazi, go on.
Okay. My name is Chukwu Emmanuel, and I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again, Mas Jonathan, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man who set up this platform to expose so many evil that was hidden under the roof of heaven. I greet you once again. Yes, this evening, you play a clip from somebody from South Sudan. But before then, I want to use this opportunity to greet Chinedu on Saturday, because I tried so much possible to speak that day, but my call was not picked. I greet Chinedu, I greet DOS for their stand on this journey. I was about to talk about somebody saying, or a group of people saying, they will not support this movement until our leader came out from the prison. And some of them said, trying to find out how much money is paying to DOS, which Chinedu explained very well. What am I trying to say here? That Igbo people, some people in Igbo land, when you think about them, you don't know what to do. But let's continue. These people, in their mind, they're thinking they are cheating the leadership. They don't know they are cheating themselves. Because if you are not ashamed of the way Igbo people are behaving by now, I don't know who you are. Because these people, some of them are just devil in human being. They don't think. Somebody said that some of these people supposed to tie their hand at the back, their leg, and throw them from 5-story building, so that they will pieces, because they are not human beings. If somebody up to today can come up to stand on this gap that people have been suffering, as Igbo man, all the whole thing that was happening Igbo people from 1945, and still you people cannot learn. Our leader opened this region and opened so many secrets, which you cannot get that opportunity anywhere in the world from Africa. And some people who supposed to say, I will help, now I'm alive. Because this life is soldier go, soldier come. Sometimes last time I talked about Azikiwe. Azikiwe made a mistake, yes. Must we continue blaming him? He's a dead man. He has gone. Ndi bana atonye water because he have died. Ndana tota unde nondo. Nkwesịrị mụta ihe from ndị nwụrụ anwụ, mezie ihe ka ndị nọ ndụ na ndị ga-abịa mgbe ha nwụrụ ghara ifolo the same mistake tawa ahụhụ ha na-ata ugbu a. That is how life goes. Anyị atala Azikiwe ụta, yes. Kedu maka Peter Obi? Kedu maka Peter Mba? Kedu maka Peter Ume? Kedu maka Nwike? Kedu maka Devil Omahe? Kedu maka Hope Uzodimma? Kedu maka all these criminals we have in Igbo land today? Why not to learn from the mistake Azikiwe made and put things correct so that unborn generation will not suffer, continue like this. Can you get any help any other way more than this one that our leader Nnamdi Kanu have rendered to a black man? And the people who are human beings, who have learned from what they heard from our leader, they are working to put their place in order from what they heard from Nnamdi Kanu. But the Igbos, who are the suffering end in Nigeria, some of them are doing everything to pull the leadership down. Look at Kanu and his brother, Aloje Jimako and the co. Emmanuel Kanu and their group. This stupid and idiot group of human beings, betrayers, traitors, saboteurs, criminals in quantity in Igbo land today, that come out from the so-called Christianity church, coming to be the most stupid people. Why not to leave church by the side and fight for your life? The death is coming to you, to destroy you, to kill you, both bishop and archbishop. Why not to learn from the past? If Christians say they are a group of people in Nigeria, where is your defense for this war that is coming? Where is their defense? How many preparations did Christians have? Only to pray. Only to pray. That the Jiko is praying, deceiving people, collecting money, tithe and offering. Stupid people. When you are telling them they are more interested of defending Christianity instead of defending their lives. What the hell? Bad, evil people that have no sense. You run away from Nigeria to America. You run away from Nigeria to Europe. You run away from Nigeria to Dubai everywhere. Causing nuisance to other countries. You cannot learn. You are talking about you cannot support this movement because you are a fool. When you get the money, you go to the church and pay tithe and offering. Foolish people. The man will take your money and buy private jets, investing money from all over the whole world. Have you seen how idiot Igbo people have become? My Jonathan, I have so many to say. Chukwu will bless all of you who are wasting your time to talk to foolish people who have no sense. Chukwu will help all of us. I think at the end, we get to the whole thing. Nnamdi Kanu have done so much. Nnamdi Kanu have done so much. Thank you, Jonathan. And
there were Mazi. We must continue. You know, why we continue reiterating on the actions of Azikiwe, it is not that we are saying it for saying sake. It is historical. It's history. It's part of history. We cannot forsake the fact that it is our history. That is it. He forgot to have foresight. He's also teaching us not to behave like him in our dealings. Igbo politicians in Nigeria today, they are nothing. They have very limited power to do things. Their power, they are only given leverage to loot. Once they are given that their allocations, now the Fulani the caliphate the Nigerian government, the caliphate, will encourage them in order to do what? To loot it. Nothing mega. They will support them. You see that? That is the reality. That they support them. Even take a demand for their percentage. Say, why are you doing it? Just do, you know. So that is the reality. They don't have any say. Look at ordinary Sheikh Gumi. He's a terrorist. Have you seen any person that oppose him ferociously? Have you seen any person? The answer is no. But for example, let it be a Southern and Igbo man. Hey, say so by now. Look, I said, look at ordinary Igbo SND Igbo na Lagos. A part of Lagos self. Ordinary statement he made. He's still in jail today. And I had somebody sent me one voice on WhatsApp from the man, from the SND Igbo in Lagos, that is still in jail. From him, his voice, he said people think that they have gone. He said everybody have forgotten him. Ndi Igbo one Lagos, they don't even care about him. They don't even think about him. No person bring him food. Only his family is scattering. Oh, Ndi Igbo. No person cares. Once you are out of the scene, you know, IPOB, we are different people. We are different breed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be going to court, I think, tomorrow and next tomorrow. IPOB official position is that we have no more trust on the Nigeria judiciary, because that is a shenanigan, you understand? So that is it. So we continue watching. We are at a high alert. The system is using their siblings, his sibling, in order to discourage us from his case, but we will not allow it. That is the truth. Her name is your one name. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know put on a radio Biafra now say who will join him? Do you see how stupid they are? Who will even care say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Kanu Kanu family? Who will join him? Who will even support him? Who will know him? But that is the people that are, that their brains have been eaten with money. So they can do anything. Why we are talking about restoration of Biafra, they are not interested in that. What matters to them is about, now one hair between her business, how is a celebrity. Now one. You see how foolish they are. But here we go nowhere. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. And we must continue till the end result. Caller on WhatsApp, please welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Please go on.
And good evening, all Biafrans and the lovers of the freedom. My name is Chukwudi. I'm calling from Italy, Rome. Mazi ikuchegi na namweda. Because na ndị be anyị si na dike na-aba ụnụ ụmụnna kwụ ya n'azụ. Because ihe anyị na-eme wụ ihe mmụọ, and onye wepụtara anyị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wụ Chukwu okike abịa ma chi ndị Igbo, chi ụmụ Igbo, igosi na aka ndị Igbo dị ọcha, igosi na aka ụmụ Biafra dị ọcha. Na ogbugbu ewuru anyị na 1966-1967, that we have been suffering from that along that time up to this moment. So what I want to contribute based on the clip you played this evening and what have happened to other people that is also happening to us at this present time is that our people should wake up. Last time Ikuroku maka na divide ndị Igbo, na divide Igbo na Ijo, Igbo na Ijo, Igbo na Kogi, Igbo na nka, Igbo na nka ọzọ. Si na nwere onye na-divide anyị, ihe na-divide anyị wụ nchọ, that is ihe nchọ ike ya na-akpụ ya envy and jealousy. And na omume ndị Igbo today na-ewuteche. And na sọsọ Chukwu ma ihe o ji wepụta Nnamdi Kanu, onye ka Nnamdi Kanu ji wee na-agwa ndị Igbo okwu si ewepụ n'owu otu Chukwu si wepụta ya. And na ihe a gwara ya na ọ bụrụ na o meghị ya, ọ take time ọ pụọ ara. Nuko o bịa zọpụta ndị Igbo. Ị ga na-agba onye Igbo tata si anya nya na ihe na-eme na be anyị. Even omume ndị Igbo today na-ajụzikwe because ndị be anyị si na enwere Igbo. And ezigbote onye Igbo today, ọ na-akpụgodo n'ime bedroom ya fie ndị be anyị na-agabiga. He will be sharing blood in his heart. And ndị Igbo, ọ na ndị Igbo ekunitehe, now soro IPOB, soro Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, mmiri amụ efi n'anya life. because some of our people aghọtaghịzi m ụdị ndụ a na-ebi n'ihe niile ihe kaga mkpagbu iri ju ha n'afọ ṅụọ mmanya ụfọdụ were na ha nụrụ even go and sometimes si na ndị be anyị omume ndị be anyị na-ebizi omume ụra ụtan just n'iriri n'ime ihe na ife ruo na ụwa agwụgo na nwere ego iji eme ihe na and obodo oyibo a ụfọdụ n'ime ndị be anyị ji anya isi a na-abịa ya pụta ka anyị zowe onwe anyị amakwa na ndị niile anyị nọ na be ha zochara onwe ha and also ọgha ọ na-awa anọgide like this ma oyi abawa ndị nọ n'obodo a isi onwe ndị Igbo ị ga-afụta like this na-ekiri like this ị na-asị onye awa onye Igbo akwa na-agụ gị Mazi onye si ka contribute to this evening Chukwu okike abịa ma gbaa ya ume gbakwanwu IPOB niile ume because ewofu IPOB wofu Nnamdi ka na-amakwa m otu ọ ga-adị at this point in time and Chukwu gbakwa our DOS ume ndị akpọrọ oku ha aza ji ezi okwukwe na ezi obi wee bịa o nwere like you said we are marching to the end result. Thank you. God bless you and God bless Biafra. Thank you.
The Mazi Udodrege, thank you very much. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on signal. Caller on signal. Can you hear me?
Yes. Professor Jonas, good evening from and good evening every Biafran and lover of freedom. My name remains Mazi Celestine Oba, and I am coming from the coastal region of Biafra, quite precisely. Professor Jonas, let me make some remark. And you made mention of the highest Islamic school in West Africa. Professor Jonas is located in Afikpo. They call the place not here. I have the privilege of being a product of government college, and while we were there then, you see these thing people complain about, like they can't even take a life from that school for 1 second. And if we understand the enormity of the what this school is causing to our people, because in our people, then and then you still have a number of our schools that are being affected negatively by the position of that school in our land. Such kind of thing should not be, because it is a conquest too. So what we are saying is that both religion, Christianity and the Islam predominantly in our land is a conquest too. The reason is that anything that is not organic to the people can be detrimental and harmful to the people. So the only way for people to go is by the organic values, because it is the only organic value of the people that can give life to the people. So we understand reasons why the Britain left us with this concocted or polluted religion, because other places in the world, these are not how this religion are being practiced in part of the developed or civilized worlds. These are not how the religion is being practiced. You understand? But you see, fanaticism, extremism, and dogmatism in religion are synonymous with terrorism. The reason I say this is, when you try to differ in ideas from some of these people, they will take it upon you.
Your children want to talk. the baby is there.
That is it. They are Biafrans, and it is in our blood. And they know that I'm communicating to Biafrans and the entire world on the plight of our people here in the damnable zoological. So, professors, nevertheless, I must deliver my message to Biafrans and the world. So what I'm saying is, our people must have to realize this, that this implantation of this religion and forceful conversion of our people, because the other one tried to convert by militancy, while the other one tried to convert Christianity by force. So those are the things. And when once our people are beginning to realize this, they would now understand that as a living creatures, we have our values, and it is only our values that can develop our potentials. Because anything that is borrowed, one said that nobody becomes great by mimicking or copying. So that is it. Let me emphasize again that every nation or country or state or contraction that has ever emerged the way of Nigeria has completely disintegrated, giving rise to a more organic and prospering nations anchored on common value system. It is this commonality of value system that these religions target. Therefore, I urge and expect our people to understand this, that there are reasons for us to go back to our organic values, because that is the only way we can defeat this very criminals who are invading our land. So, Professor Jonas, we must have to continue what we are doing. I must have to commend you and every member of the leadership for the good job that you people are doing. As for me, Biafra is my identity, and I must continue with this undiluted message of freedom.
There were Mazi.
Biafra must come in truth and reality.
There were.
Almost hey Biafra.
Oh, hey Biafra. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp. Welcome to the program. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mazi. Chinedu. Good evening, sir.
There were Mazi.
My name is Ifeanyi Chugo. I'm calling you from Italy here. Mazi, by own, I just have a little contribution to make. My own contribution this evening is that, do you know the worst mistake that Nigeria government has made is to put economic blockage in our land, and that is the reason why you see many of us will run out of the country and we travel all over the world. If you go to any country around, you will find a Biafran there. They thought that they are doing, or they didn't know that they are, that thing, the thing that they did is just to help us to know that yes, to come out to see that yes, when we are when we was in Africa there, we've seen that yes, the life we are living a good life. Yes, quite right. Yes, it's the word of our life, but some things they deny us. We come here, we see a lot of things, the way the government they are functioning, everything. So it's the reason I'm saying this just for Nigeria government to understand. If they are thinking that they can eliminate also and try to do a lot of things just for us to abandon Biafra struggle, they are dreaming. If they like, let them hold our leader there. And our leader, he have already opened our eyes. We are on our own before the man God used him to open our eyes and speak to us and to make us to understand that yes, those things that we are pursuing here will have it abundant in Africa. Now, they are trying to just to hold him, anything they are doing, IPOB this, IPOB that, Mazi, we are going nowhere. This is a Biafra struggle. God, I thank God Almighty, they are trying to stop to try to make the world to see us as a criminal, but God Almighty make our leader everywhere, even in any city, in any community where we are now, we are registered. Then they recognize us as people who are fighting for their right, which they know that this right thing to do. It's not by force to stay with somebody. Even in marriage, if you don't want to stay with if you don't want to marry, the both of us, you can go to the commune. That is a local government. If this court marriage, you divorce and everybody go his own way. So, Mazi, what I'm trying to say, let Nigeria government do the right thing and give us referendum. Because, Mazi, I can't stay here. I can't sit here. Even in my place where I am here in Italy here, they are treating me like their own citizen. If for the government, I know that individual that can be doing things that I would not like, but in the government, they know what is loyal. They know what the law that bind up for even the foreigners and their own citizens here. Anything that I want, I can go there and make request for it. If I go the right channel, they will do everything for me. But in Africa, you can't see anything there. Even Mazoki, let me just say like now. Do you know that here in Europe here, when you rent the apartment, it's compulsory that you have a running water and gas, everything. But in Africa, non African countries that have that. They are not enjoying what they have even in their own land. So do you think that tomorrow when I have my children, then I will be going back to Africa and living like a people that that kind of life is not what we want. That's why we are here to try to bring a good life back home. We have learned a lot. We are not only here for money, but there's some of our brothers who, we see a lot of them here. I'm a hustler, but all the money that you are hustling, you go back to your country. You can't go. You can you go there and stay 1 month and run and come and run out of the country. So is this the kind of life we continue to be living? Mazi, and another thing concerning this religion issue, I know. Mazi, have you ever seen a white man where a white man will take a photo of a black man or even a white woman go to a white man house? You will never see a black man photo or in her house or pray for white man to help black man to help her or him. This the reason why you see some of us here, maybe sometimes the behavior of white people is because they know that yes, even the name even our name is their name. We don't know the meaning of the name we are bearing, even the baptism name that they are giving to us. We don't know. Mazi, thank you so much. Chuku goziegi.
Ndewo.
Thank you so much, sir.
Ndewo. Like our brother said, Rosalind, the issue why we are doing what we are doing is for our collective benefit. I've been saying this. You are not rich until all of us are rich. I don't know whether you understand. You are not comfortable until most of us are comfortable. All of us. That is the system. It makes it comfortable for all of us. That's why it doesn't matter you are wealthy, you are in diaspora, you go back, you stay highest 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. 1 month you finish, you in Awa. Because the system there is not good for you. No security. Look at people that are billionaires in Igbo land. Emeka for them, so-called billionaires. Are they really billionaires? No, they are poor. Because when you are in the midst of hungry lions, jackals, you round yourself up with a security. Is that life? With 200 policemen and women and military. Is that life? You are not free. Is that life? And you say you are rich. You are not rich until the condition is suitable, made suitable for everybody. That is what we are fighting for. It is not that we are doing it because each and every one of us, we are hungry. No. Many of us, we are not hungry. But we want that collective goodness, that conducive environment we want to create so that, we are not like this, using this mentality of religion, whereby you use your brother's misfortune in order to give testimony. Oh, thank God they all died, but I only stay alive. No. We want all of us to be alive. We want all of us to enjoy things in a communal manner. That is it. That is why we are doing what we are doing. Let me go to the caller on direct line. Please call us on WhatsApp and Signal. Hold on. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening, sir.
Ndewo, Mazi. Ndewo.
Yeah, Dalungwa Chineke. I thank you so much for this program. I quietly listened to our brothers, previous speakers. One of them prompted me to call. And onye na-ekwu na blame Zikiwe too much, that we should not be talking about Zikiwe, and you rightly answered him correctly. my brother, Ihabo history is just for us to learn from his mistakes and avoid similar mistakes. Mazi Jonathan, if I go back to your previous the trail of your discussion, Ihai Benime was a selfish world. I was happy, very happy, when he hit the scenario in Niger. Emanande America, Obodain Binabeha, had a happy na Achupugon France. You have a selfish world, concerning the natural uranium.
Of course.
You know, they were happy na Achupugo their competitor. Mana, those guys had more grounded in politics than our people, had more tactical in behavior
far more now.
So, far more. Had this style chop on the France, batching kitty gradually a chop on the US. Now, Mazi Jonathan, the reason why I'm happy because of that simple, okay, man, expunging Americans from that place. In Manoga solve 90% of terrorism na Sahel. Because that place I know where drone and monitor everybody, both in Nigeria, Cameroon, Niger, Burkina Faso, Ghana. They are causing more harm than good. Mana, kita choproha. I think I listened that from your profile. They will cut off the logistics supply and everything from the source. So I'm so happy for that guy. Now, coming back to our people, I don't want us to keep crying and lamenting because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started Radio Biafra since 2012, and it took him more than 10 years to wake so many of us up. And if you open a watch, the progress of the reawakening, you will see that many are waking up. Even now, the Radio Biafra preaching has gone far enough to poke or to trigger agitation among Christendom that some pastors are fighting their fellow pastors.
Of course.
So here na Chikubo. Now here I every day. Like on the last speakers that you are wasting your time to talk to foolish people. Yes. In the actual sense, he's right, but in another way, he's wrong. You are wasting your precious time, but it's not a complete waste because you are still waking some people up. And okay, now, look at another part of it. This open Nigeria be a serious country. They allowed somebody like Sheikh Gumi to come out all the time to be bragging about terrorism, and nobody is doing anything for him or to him. Rather, Nigeria are in a way strength over innocent and harmless civilians to burn their homes in faraway Delta State. Whereas in the north, even the militia, Fulani militia, and the terrorism now powered by Gumi's group, they are not there. So, my brother, let us continue this awareness creation. We are waking people up. The more we are speaking, the more we are waking them up. And Nigeria is getting boxed into a corner. Only the time the masses on their own will revolt. We stand up and fight this injustice in this system. Mazi, I want to leave it here. Thank you so much, my brother.
There were. Mazi, thank you very much. Caller on, let me see. Caller on Signal, you are here first before the WhatsApp. Mazi, let me Chris, I think. Welcome to the program. Can you hear? There were.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Mazi. Good evening, yeah.
There were, Mazi.
This is Sammy Chris from Metro. Mazi, let me tell you basically from Mazi China somewhere to letting to those who should contribute. Simba mbonye ndubuta. I be the my brother. Let me tell you, I want to be honest with you. If indeed this struggle, when they put you totally, wake her up. Obey only on preaching or talking to that person. Our people are totally and completely born politically ignorant. They buy what are the politics, what are the meaning. They don't understand what it means. And then when the youth of them, the what politicians fears all over the world is the uprising for the people. And then they make uprising. To a matter of honor, Kedani Puratas, Kobo, Jew or Keka, Kobo, or how there be no uprising. In the game of uprising, the local people, they have uprising much to the street. But unfortunately, in their whole, the local people who get me uprising, they completely and totally ignorant of what we are talking about. It annoys me. Every day, also. In a land, I only say I want you. Somebody told me that near John, I am traveling here now. No, Jalaka, no, long we can have one plot of full. Also, gave me a correct contribute for what we are doing. As well, I bet the major thing that indeed we for them. I had the whole tired of. I had been tired of one apartment or two or fully big we not 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 ever Hazul, ever Hazul, Apa enjoy the house. One or one villa. Chief of the Sheba, but a journey, enjoy you there, they're happy. But no apartment or maybe one apartment in Not Remus, for the now plan another Budu again, like some of them money to me here, and after I get what are the permanent stay near the citizenship, then I like Canada, or Allah UK, or Allah America. For the Budu, now plan another Budu again, like some of them money to me here, and after I get what are the permanent stay near the citizenship, then I like Canada, or Allah UK. People here, there are many here that are targeting to have Italian citizenship. Some went to Ireland, some went to UK. And I want somebody know here as a family here, for a family as a UK. You can go back now. I believe. Ana Bagare, Chebo, Regeda, Ladem Ebogere, Ana Bagare Aram. I went to the hotel head of Ibari Arando and look into the root causes and you are Jabari around. Because the guy na better the head enough for anyone because we take care of a lot of things. Over the father here the pension, maybe all other pension, or the mother the pension. They go when I'm not here. What they are for him. Only by the end of Christmas and late Christmas and when the old mother 80 years or something ago as a gift to young work because someone go near Mamma with Randy Bujabari actually everywhere about a way born is doing a great for because I want a lot of responsibility. Because
we have no government presence in our life and we don't see it as abnormal. I was we are not ready to organize ourselves. I am ready to organize ourselves. That's the thing. Because the government is the people. Government is the people. It's the people who come up and say no. But to the problem, was a coordinator. All around. See that. And when they get you, wake up. For them to my was a mother on my move for my believe in will hear fire or ever my name about fire and I. Oh, to again, men of people. Oh, hear with them about indeed. Even their hitcher in a line and a highway in the hatch.
A lot of people know Italy here. I'm working from the Igbo shop in Italy here. I'm working African shop when you want to talk to them. Because he wouldn't someone saying because he wouldn't hear them, or because of my what are the ego you talk and you get just what we shall. So, my dear brother, this struggle, I'm my program saying this struggle, this journey will take us too far. I work up by talking to them, revising their mind. Because again, the human beings are born ignorant. Then we are born also ignorant and taking away history of Nigeria and how establishment of Nigeria and even the last the civil war we fought. I this small, I don't worry about the civil war. I am much everything about it. Oh, a little small thing I will we work millions of people. Isn't the speech alone, they work billions of. But because I need the behind of the history of the Biafra war, it makes it that I'm going to people put out again. So now, it will take a long time because so thinking the way I beat you up. When I hear this guy, this person who now, also the person who plays his voice, that we are divided, and that is exactly what is playing on our land. Unless the leader and say, unless you come together. And our people in Abahoku, because of their ignorance, and it's the local people who rise up and they when maybe in the big man one thing I wanted us to do. I will tell you the last 3-4 years when our leader was on program, nobody challenged me as an IPOB. Any place of I said no, the IPOB, you can't defeat them. Because but to this time around, I want the leader. This somehow before when they don't argue with me. They don't argue with a lot of us as IPOB member. Because second and they are everything. They know everything. Don't argue with them. I go to Nigeria but sometimes here lately. Some of them see me and say, no, don't go with that man. If you go there, you don't just leave him to go. Because if you stay here tomorrow, he will defeat you. About Nigeria, between Nigeria and Biafra, why we want to go. This is the argument. Reasons why we want to go. This is why we will not stay in Nigeria. So I defeat them. So the thing is that we have a lot of things to do in our hand. When I work up like this, my dear brother. Okay, take care time. Any day we that boss and anything of like men. Oh, but is part of the struggle because I'm not going just land they no go today. Show my age one day she Kaduna feel follow the ones that one also. All the process of age for shows up. Even common people more than Nigeria, people die more than Alba. People die for some people suffocated for an accident because I have people think Jesus Christ all better. Then in anything of revolution or anything of can achieve good, that also come inside it. So we can't be bothered of ourselves whether my mother or my mother. Only want to try one side, we want to look at one side. Let the struggle continue. Mazi, I have a lot to say, but let me keep it here. Thank you very much and God bless you.
That sense of community is what we lack. Sense of organization, and it's very, very bad. Very, very bad. Everybody trusts that you, as long as you can hustle and make it, you don't need any other person. That is where politics come inside. And that is where I always say the Fulani, they are wiser than us. Because we feel that we don't need each other. It's a lie. It's a lie. We need each other more than anything. You understand? Because without us, there will be no me. That is it. Let me pick this caller. Caller on WhatsApp. You have been there. I think you're going to be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Please go on.
Yes, Mazi, Jonathan Chinedu, the great man, the voice that hitting the zoo well. Udo the regular Chineke. Our leader remains Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike one of Biafra land. Mazi, I'm calling from blessed land of Biafra. My name remains Mazi Obasejikeme. Biafra is our religion. On this Harrow platform is where we worship. Eze Chukwuokuka Abiama, that God down on your 1967 when the evil world gang up to destroy and kill all of us to take our land. That God out can ekpere. Anya di ekpere ya sai ya madu sai ekpere. Kamata no Chukwu kele ndi Igbo ka ina ekpere. Great Biafrans. There is something, there is information I want to throw out now. If you are in Biafra land, listen very well. There is another system that the Nigerian security force are using to disturbing our people, collecting their money secretly. Listen, these people are wicked. If you are in Biafra land doing business or riding keke, run away from something. If somebody carries like a television, all these electronics, wires, so that he wanted to sell it, tell the person no. Unless the person you know and the person is with receipt, you can look at that person somehow. Because Nigerian security, especially Ebubago, police people, there is something these people are doing now. If they arrest you and you stay in their custody for a while, nobody asks about you. One day they will call you out and say, you see, nobody is looking for you, nobody is asking for your bailout. But we have a business for you to go and do so that you can be free. This is another slavery these people started in Biafra land. Police people bag them. They will call these people and bring all those electronics, all these wires. They are seized from people. They will give it to the person. Told the person to go around and look for those who are selling the same thing and sold it any amount. Warn the person that let him make sure that he sold it to person who gets shop. Like television, all these electronics of things. Give the person like 3 pieces. The person will go there and sold it anyhow. Even if you ask the person 5,000, the person will collect the money. After, for a while, you see heroes with the guy with the handcuff, will now point you in your own shop. That will just bring you out. And the video you handcuff you immediately, beat you in the front of everybody, and put you inside their own heroes and run around the state and go and lock you up, starting calling 120, 150, 250, 350. So my brothers, these people are coming another dimension. So all the Biafrans should be wake up. Stay away from all those people. Hunger is around all our land. All these people know they are wanted to destroy us by all means. This is Janjaweed and our own brothers too, because that is one guy. We have witnessed all those things until we now starting asking questions. Until we catch one of them, ask the person who sent you to go and do all those things. He now leaked the secret, told us that CCC, what happened, and is going on every day. And we starting learning around, taking peoples. They already messed people up in Biafra land. So great Biafrans, make sure you are listening to Radio Biafra. These people are wicked. Mazi, coming to what we are saying, our people should wake up. Nobody will save us from these people. Nobody. Nobody will leave his own country and come and save you here. I told our people that as far as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rise up from east, from rejected people, rejected tribe on this planet Earth, that we are going to get Biafra. And to all of us, not even individual. Forget about evil politicians all these religious leaders who are talking lobbies all over the place, listen to Radio Biafra and learn something. Wake up. Stay. Don't say it. No. We are ready. No matter whatever these people are doing, we are ready for them. Whether you wake up today or you wake up tomorrow, sure. That's what you get from today to Jerusalem. God, you can never see God. You can't, no matter how you play. You know, now we have done this, yes, every day, night, midnight prayer, reading some different types. But where are we today? For those who shouting, Obi is coming to do something good for Janjaweed's country. We have played now, everybody have seen it. Did the prayer change anything in Nigeria? The answer is no. Only thing is that man can challenge man, not to God. You can pray, you can do whatever you want. But remember, our HOD said, Woteno Ojibo. Jen Woteno Ojibo, we are Dibo, Anyi no foka ina go, Anya di ekpekpere. Wawa no Oji, every market day, Nisi Umibo, Nisi Mazi Nnamdi can, I got worry that evil round that make us not to rising up. Anyị ga-awari enough, anyị ga-make sure that now we rise up and say enough is enough. Ekpere have destroyed us. Believing this, policing that can never save us. So great Biafrans, remember, our quest is to restore our dignity, to restore our nation called Biafra. We are not dragging any tribe their own country, their own tribe. What we are trying to do is to make sure that we live like a normal human beings. Thank you, Mazi, for your good work. Remember, support ESN. Our leader must be free. Thank you very much for your good work. Let him bless you.
I think I have a caller that have been calling, which I wanted to take, but unfortunately, it's not him. Calling again. Telling you. Somebody have been calling. I want to pick his call. This should be the last call, but I wanted to take this brother. Let me see. Caller on WhatsApp. Mazi, please make it just maximum 2 minutes, please. You're the last caller, please. Go on.
Mazi, the last release. Yeah. I just want to say that religion is the weapon of destruction to our people. They use this religion to calm our people, bring them down to their knees, where many cannot stand on their rights to fight something that belongs to them. People forget that the one you are seeing is the best than the one that they are promising you. The thing that you have never seen, you are imagining how to get those things. Many families today are not in peace because of religion. This generation of Nyanwodo, I used to call them generation of Nyanwodo, generation of Iwanyanwu, they are all cowards. Those that are still in IPOB, real, still in IPOB under DOS. They are those that are in the generation of Nnamdi Kanu. And I believe anyone that are that in generation now will stand. It will get our nation. We listen to what you played about in Southern Sudan. Our leader has used it for a lecture. And all those things are sinking into our ears. The one that are happening in our present, Ukraine and Russia. No other people that go to Ukraine to fight for them. Ukraine people from all over the world, they go back to defend their people. That is what we are expecting the Biafrans to do. No people will come and fight for us. It's only us we fight for ourselves and liberate ourselves. Mazi, I will stop here because of your time. May Okike bless you. Thank you, sir.
And you too, Udoderege. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, this is where I will switch off the phones, please. Tomorrow is another day. Some people are calling, but I will not be able to pick the calls. What we are doing is historic. For your information, that is why if you are genuinely part of this movement, count yourself lucky. That's why I say, call yourself a saint. That is what you are. What we are doing, please, I want us to remove sentiment. Let us face the reality that is facing us. That is simple. We face the reality that is facing us. No sentiment. Because we have seen what sentiment have been doing us. We use sentiment in order to miss the target. That's why we must continue facing the reality, please. No person can do this for us. No person loves us more than we love ourselves. That is the reality that is facing us. The Southern Sudanese, I didn't finish playing the clip, and I will do it another day. They turned around and faced their reality and took the bull by the horn. It consumed, if not even more than half of their population. But they get what they wanted. They suffered many things that we are suffering today, even some more than us. When a tribe is prohibited from marrying another tribe in their land, the brothers and sisters, don't you see that it's worse? You see that? So, we must continue despite, let me tell you, you see Nigerian judiciary, there is nothing we have to expect from the Nigerian judiciary. I am telling you authoritatively. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is a special case. It's a high profile political case. It is not something that they give bail, this and that. If they do it, even if they do it, do you see the other time, 2017, very high stringent bail, very high stringent conditions. Are you hearing me? It is our actions that will push Nigeria into negotiation and nothing more. If we believe that think that it is business as usual, go cut and they believe it, after they will just release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release Mazi. That's what some people think that want us to be doing on Radio Biafra. Anytime we come, we start singing it. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Look at Ikbere Kele Maria. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We must show resilience. Right from time I've been saying this. If they thought that removing our leader will make us jump ship and go. Abandon the movement. What they are targeting is IPOB. Because that is their fear. Because IPOB is the backbone of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why they hold him, nothing more. They thought that once they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they thought it's Igbo thing. Because they believe that we don't have a strong psyche. We don't have we have very soft mindset. Not mentally tough. That once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there, this one will go the other side. This one, because that is the way they, profiled Igbo people. But little did they know that we are different. We are resilient. You can hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as long as you think you want. IPOB will continue towards the goal, and the goal is the restoration of Biafra. And it is that what we make our enemy, the caliphate, to negotiate with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what we are doing, and nothing more. Not lamentation. Let us relieve ourselves from this lamentation. Because church mego aya uruzie ndi obakwa. I won't do obakwa. Lament us. I not lament all the time. We are we. Let us do this thing once and for all. Instead of make it happen. You will see before you know it, others will get what they are looking for. The people that have taken the bull. I have to say another 50 years, and they also be with that generation. Say the international community is saying now, these people, they are jokers. They are jokes. They are jokes. So it's better we do this thing once and for all. Let us have this spirit of community as we used to be. That is going back to our roots. Let us stop this selfishness. Once you get your one-story building, 2-story, you say you are gonna any other thing, now you know one problem. No, Biafra one nayaga. That is very, very selfish attitude. Highly selfish. It doesn't make you a human being. That is why they fall under there, because they are community. They are moving as a race, as a people. You know, when you move like a bunch, you know, you sweep away anything you see on the road, like a broom. A bunch of broom, you sweep, but remove one stick out of that broom. Check whether it can sweep. Nothing. It will break. But as a bunch, anything you see on the road, you sweep it off. That is how we should be. So don't think that your private comfort is enough. No, you are not comfortable until we are comfortable. We as a people. Are you hearing me? I could remember the example somebody called here one time and talked about, he said whether one of his uncles that is rich, he built a house, put to light, you know, where there is no generator, everything. In the midst of people that cannot even fuel their pass my neighbor. Everybody is knocking every time to charge his phone in his house. And if you don't open, they target you, they say, nah, this man, they wicked. Yeah, they plan for you. Because they are more populous than you. They are more in population. That is why you are not comfortable. Until we become comfortable. That is what we should understand. So the man, as he said, the man just carry wire, put this thing outside his gate. Put the plugs so that people will not. You see, he tried to make the people comfortable as he could, so that he himself will rest. You see it. That is what we want. We are doing so. What we are fighting, not that we are doing this because we are hungry individually. No, but we want our collectivity, our collective goodness. That is the only thing. So that we stop being, caricature to others. We stop being subjects to others. That we can be able to hold our political elites accountable. Because in Nigeria they are nothing. They don't look at in the Senate, they go there to represent themselves. If you talk too much, they suspend you and you lose. You know what you are losing. So who are you going to defend? What are the politicians talking about the killing going on in Delta and in Biafra? The Nigerian military killing. Do they have mouths? We shall do investigation. Investigate. The same people that are slaughtering is them that will do the investigation. Don't you see how stupid and foolish people are? The army that is slaughtering everybody, now they will do investigation and convict themselves. Is that what you think? this is where I'm going to end it, please. Biafra remains our religion, it remains who we are, it remains our identity. We have no other religion except Biafra. And that is it. We drink it, we eat it, we sleep it, and we remain consistent and resilient until we get what we want. South Sudan did it. And today, they are proud of their country. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.